Okay, boom. Section 10, episode 551, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It's the home of your 29-32 fourth place Boston Red Sox. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Cake Yazzie.
Fuck.
We're close to getting rid of your fucking stupid ass, Cake.
I don't want to
I
be
hope
here
you're not
either.
getting too comfortable up there, because I feel like the Red Sox are at least knocking on the door, sending you back to whatever planet you came from.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a 1 or 2 week thing, but I've been here for a while.
Yeah. People were asking if we were going to do the real intro for this show, and I said not till they get to 500. There's a couple different caveats here. Not till they get to 500 or a winning record, and they have to win the finale going into the pod. I can't be bringing back the original intro coming off a loss. Can't do it. If I got if I have lowercase letters for the gold bottles tweet,
Lowercase capitals,
if I got lowercase caps for the gold bottles tweet, can't be coming into the pod being like, "What's up?" Can't do it. Can't do it. People were asking if we just like change it. Like, hello, did you listen to the podcast in the off season? That was the intro for the bonus pod in the off season. So, I mean, this is considered the lowercase intro is all. That's fine.
We could be a series away, by the way. We could be 3 games away from the death of Cake and the return of the intro.
Ooh, you want to talk about a momentum shifter in this season. If the Red Sox were able to sweep the Angels, get back to 500, and kill Cake in one swoop.
Into an off day, heading to New York, first Sox-Yankees series of the season. Oh,
God,
Angels are
Steven.
2-7 over their last 9. 3 straight series losses.
I think they're
Yeah,
1-7
man.
over the last 8.
Shit. Well, Cole.
I think T added a win in there.
Last 9
Did I?
Stats are wild. Who doesn't give 10?
Last night.
It would be
Last 3
funny because
series.
obviously you got to cherry pick with those ones.
Yeah.
It would be funny if you
They
just
won
went
the
an extra one
fuck
back
out of
and
that
just made
game.
it a little bit better. It's like, no, don't include that win, T.
I think they beat the Marlins and the Guardians.
They beat 2 teams.
I should have cut it off at 8. Yes.
1-7
I
over the
really-
last 8. That's all that matters.
Stick with that.
I got a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not to jump ahead or anything, but let's just say when we get to the Stop and Shop look ahead, if we all predicted a sweep, is that like a jinx, or is that like giving the team extra motivation? Like, where do you guys stand on that? Like, we have never needed a sweep more. Coley.
Was I the only person for the Braves series to take 2 out of 3? Everyone was pretty low, if I recall.
I
Like, I
said
heard-
Brave sweep. Yeah.
Yeah, you said Braves sweep. I think I heard a lot of 1 out of 3s. T, did you say 2 out of 3?
No, I didn't. I definitely had 1 win.
So that's like, I don't know if everyone can just go from, man, we're going to suck against the Braves to we're sweeping the Angels. That feels
I
like
don't
they
even
could
think
jump
it's
me.
like
think
believing
it's
it.
gonna happen. I
Yeah.
think it's where we.
Yeah, a
this
little
is
extra
what
juice.
we
Is that what
need.
we're saying?
Yeah, like we're willing the fellas. I think if we predict sweep, it's like, man, all the pressure's on. Like, we got to get rid of Cake. We got to get back to 500. It's a bad team. You know,
The bad teams are the ones we stopped playing against. The better teams were like, all right, let's fucking go. Like the Brewers were a bad team, and then they played us. Now they beat everybody by 1,000 runs.
yeah. What about the Braves though? I mean, like they took 2 out of 3 from us, and then we took 2 out of 3 from them. Like, it's a very confusing process.
Real quick for the record here, Coley, we had Jared said they get swept. You said 2 out of 3. Cake obviously said swept. I said 1 out of 3. Tyler 1 out of 3. Discord swept.
Okay.
So those were the vibes heading into this one.
That's what
So
I'm
yeah, you were
saying.
the only
To
one to get it.
immediately be like, oh, we're going to sweep the Angels. And Jared, to your point about what you just said about the Braves, their home road splits are drastically different teams. On the road, they suck ass. At home, they're quite good. That's why we're able to pound their teeth in this weekend. And that's why they beat us up in Fenway.
I feel like I'm not getting an answer to my question though. If we all go,
I would
is
lean
that a
no.
jinx,
I would
or
lean
is
no.
that-
I don't know if because then it's not natural if we're all just kind of doing that and then deciding that we're doing it ahead of time and it doesn't feel right.
As a Homer fanboy, I'll go sweep with you as well, Jared. I'll
Well,
rock
I
out
didn't
with you.
fucking ask what we were gonna. That's jumping ahead right there. And you know what? I'm gonna take a suspension right now.
Okay. That's
Ooh,
fair and deserved.
is
As he
this for
should.
the Schwellenbach? Is
Yeah,
that
it
what
has
okay?
to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew halfway through his long ass last name, he was like, I shouldn't have done that. To his credit, he did recognize it immediately. In the past, he would have just plowed through and made fun of his stupid last fucking name.
No, easily. I kind of gave up on that game when it was like 2-0. Like, this might actually be the one that they get shut out for the first time. After the 2-run homer there, it was definitely over. That was an easy one to tune out of and enjoy your Saturday. So,
to be fair, when Schwellenbach shows up and he's like, you know what, I'm going to start throwing 100 now. Like, this is just something I do. It's like, all right. Like this dude just unlocked something. His UCL stretched and he's now throwing 2 miles per hour harder.
Yeah. I feel like I don't even have to say anything. Coley kind of covered it. Yeah, I did make fun of his last name. I did realize immediately that I shouldn't have done it. But I think the only thing I'd like to add is that I had no control over that happening. Like I saw his name, I fucking said it, and that's how my brain said it. Like I wasn't like, oh, Spencer Schwellenbach's pitching. I can't wait to make fun of his name when we do that segment. I just saw it, I read it, and that's how it came out. Like my brain can't help it.
I gotta say, I thought you were gonna cancel it out because you acknowledged it immediately. You're like, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. I thought that was then gonna take like the jinx off of it, but no, he still shoved it right up our butthole.
Yeah, right up there. And to the earlier point, that's probably the game that I paid attention to the very least of the entire season. Because without saying too much, we were hands on with a little merch meeting. Yeah, we were getting a little handsy with the newest merch operation that we're about to embark on. Again, don't want to give away too much, but I will make a Stevie P guarantee right now.
Oh, yeah, what do you got?
Why did you just groan?
I didn't mean to. It just came out. You said the Schwellenbach comes out when someone else does an SPG. That's the natural reaction I have. I'm fine with it. I didn't mean that.
Tyler P guarantee. This is your spot, Jared.
I don't want to. No, I don't want that.
Jared, I'm pumped about this. What do you got?
All right, so here's my Stevie P guarantee. Stevie P guarantee.
Jerry, we are all on board for this SPG. What do you got, brother?
Didn't print him out.
He's not ready.
Is he ready? He is. He looks comfy.
Yeah,
he looks comfy. This is normally when he starts peeing himself.
Yeah.
Abraham Toro. Story homered. How? Don't know. Aura Marcelo. Ketchup, we missed you. Crochet versus the Braves, cut through. Story time ensued. A series of Taikus by Tyler Milliken.
That first, the first line of the first Taiku was just Abraham Toro. That's it.
I thought that was going to be the whole Taiku. I'm like, you got to rhyme with it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was the Abraham Toro game. You got to respect it.
Abraham Toro, Red Sox win.
Yeah.
Alex Cora is throwing his hands up. Christian Campbell may never see first base for the rest of eternity. Abraham Toro is here.
Yeah.
Dom Smith
opt
out today. Who gives a fuck?
I think they probably.
I give a fuck.
I get
Triple
I
A?
give a fuck about that.
Quadruple, 5A, however many A's you get.
Anyways, my Stevie P guarantee
What do you got?
is, I guarantee you, if you've been a listener, a part of the Section 10 community for 1 year, 2 years, 8 years, 10 years, there will be items on sale to purchase that we've never sold before. And I love the idea of, with every drop, like automatically there's going to be stuff that, like you can buy whenever, different Gotsy items. But I love the idea of every drop, there's one limited edition item that's it. When they're gone, they're gone. We'll never sell them again. I had a few ideas that I wanted to run past you guys.
Boom.
The first one, a Section 10 shower cap.
Why not? Those picks will be interesting.
I mean, if we only made 100 of them and that was it. Coley, you hate the idea?
No, I'm trying to see your full angle before I guess Tyler can talk.
T?
It cut out on my screen. I didn't hear anything you said.
Excellent.
I'm just trying to be honest.
I thought he had a point on the caps, and he's like, I got no clue what we're talking about.
I thought everybody else went through what I did. And then
who are you?
I thought he had, like,
in my house.
Who put me here?
I
Get
thought he
out
had
of
the
my
hookup.
house,
Like,
you
oh, I know a shower cap guy. Should have told me.
Shower caps.
Yeah, Section 10 shower caps. Only one. Every single drop, you'll get new T-shirts, some hoodies, different various items that we don't want to give away yet, and just one random limited edition. There's only 100, and once they're gone forever.
Yeah, it's.
I kind of love every drop a one of one. I gotta say, we do have a one
one
of
of
one
one?
item. People love one of ones. They're really cooking right now in the card game. There
What
is
the
a one
fuck
of
would-
one
like-
Section 10 card that's about to come out, by the way, within the next month or so.
What do you? All right, so give me an oh. So that was my other idea. Speaking of your one of ones,
Mhm.
if we did coins, just a one of one.
Just Section 10 currency. Yeah, why not?
No, not like that. Not the fucking
Go to
meme
Stop and
coin
Shop,
people.
use it on the tangerines.
like
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
quarter?
actual like coin, like if it's like a bottle of ketchup or it's the Sogo logo, something like that.
Yeah,
that they were
big time.
collectible. But what one of one idea do you have?
I mean, the first one was the card because that's a big deal. There's a card that we have all signed that we're going to auction off.
I didn't sign that.
You did. You definitely did. I have
No,
it in my
if you
possession.
bid on it, that's a fake signature. I didn't sign it.
That's not a fake signature at all. I handed it to you. You signed it. You signed
Did
it.
not do
I
that.
definitely saw you signed it.
I did not sign that.
Other one of one items. I don't know. I mean, you just know that the listeners of this program, if they obtain a one of one item, then they're that person that has the item. Like then they tweet it and we're like, I got the one of one thing. So
Yeah.
like a Section 10 like phone. I don't know. It can be. There's a
I
lot
think
of stuff that we could do.
There's got to be a way to where it's like people submit for the one of one, because I don't want it to go to like someone that's just gonna, I don't know.
should just
try and
be.
take
Or you could do
randomly-
like a one of one raffle type of deal. That actually is a. I like that
randomly
idea.
put it in someone's package.
Oh,
Also a good idea. I like that too.
yeah, I like that too. Yeah,
Yeah, a
you
little
could-
golden ticket idea. Yeah, that's
could
the
end
best
up-
idea so far.
You could buy a Section 10 shower cap, and next thing you know, you have one of one gold coin.
Well, I think that's more
Yeah.
what it is. If you're going to do a run of 100, what a lot of thick companies will be is it's like, well, these like they're all numbered, and then one of them's like just a different color entirely, and that's the one of one.
I like this.
Yeah. See, now you're fucking thinking, Coley.
But if you,
You just
well,
break
that's
your mic
what I was
loose.
gonna say is it's like I was trying to see more examples because so far it's giving Supreme. It's very.
I don't know
Supreme-
who that is.
Yeah, no, I know you don't, but it's very. Yeah, Supreme makes limited amounts of things, and that's like they'll do a brick. They've done.
I was about to say a Section 10 brick would go hard.
Yeah,
That would go kind of crazy.
Yeah,
and honestly,
really
makes more
fucking
sense for the
heavy.
Red Sox podcast. The Red Sox have sold bricks, and then they ship them to Florida every year too for spring training.
Oh, several.
What
Who
do
knows
you-
if they
what
arrived?
else-
I don't think they did.
What's like a good limited edition 100 run thing that we could do that people would actually want? It's not like, yeah, I got this because I wanted the one of one, but now I'm stuck with this fucking
gold
ham
bottle?
sandwich.
Section 10 gold bottle would be pretty cool.
Gold bottle goes
Ooh.
crazy. What about
Bilbo's Burger.
Yeah.
Separately.
skateboard deck?
I don't know that many people are skateboarding these days.
They don't
Section 10,
skateboard.
you know,
people
dude.
have used them. People use them as wall art.
Oh,
Section 10 skateboard would be sick.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, and that's kind of why it's cool.
Fucking shower cap was the first thing he threw at us.
Yeah, you're saying like skateboard's crazy. I'm like, we started with shower cap at the beginning of this.
I mean, I feel like if I were a listener of this show, I would absolutely wear a Section 10 shower cap to like a live show.
Sure, no doubt. But I would put a Section 10 skateboard, especially with the sideways logo on the wall. It'd go
Yeah.
crazy. But that's so
Immediately.
Pokemon and Santa Cruz did skateboards very randomly, but people love opening Pokemon cards, obviously, and they're always looking for hollows. So they did.
Yeah.
It was random. You didn't know what you were getting. You opened it kind of like a pack of cards. You'd pull the board out, and then certain ones would be gold. That would be like their
Yeah.
one of ones, but you'd get a base set one otherwise.
What about Coley? What about this? What about a stuffed
mushrooms?
bear holding a lobster wearing a Section 10 shirt?
Yeah, they go
Oof.
crazy.
I love that.
Talking
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
phone
Section
with
10
the
toys.
Well, the lobster's
lobster.
the
Yeah,
phone.
just like a Tyler bobblehead.
I mean, I would love to have a Tyler bobblehead.
In a
That'd be
car
hilarious.
accident, his head's going out the window.
Through the windshield. He just has his phone in his hand, like, "Yep, cops, it's me again." Like, I've killed 5 people once again.
Again, dude.
We should have listeners of the program. Let us know, what one of ones would you buy or would you want?
Yeah, that could be cool.
One of those like Section 10, like the Zippo lighters. Like I remember Supreme did those back in the day too. Like those kind of cool, like little collectible things.
Well, now if
like
we
this
do all the
screen.
same things, Supreme's going to sue us. And they're
I
going to
know.
have a great case.
They
for it.
really
They're gonna be
can't.
Like, no, they literally talked about it.
That's not like
that color?
Supreme's not able to sue over this. It's not like their
I
original
guess, yeah.
idea.
They didn't trademark like lighters. Yeah, I guess.
No. Or putting their logo on things like that. They didn't like definitely like progressive. I don't want Mikey to jump in here and yell at everyone, but definitely like push some stuff forward, but they don't own any of this.
Question for the fellas, since we're on the topic of merch and giveaways and all that, or one of ones. Seeing a lot of people, obviously, this year, we've talked about it, they're wearing the Section 10 jerseys all over the country, and it's been incredible. What if we made a different Section 10 jersey that was only in the
that's
store?
Such a great idea. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, you do these, super secret calls. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not super secret. In public.
You're the only one on them.
I didn't even know there were calls.
There we go.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
What are your thoughts on that idea, Jared, huh?
Oh, I love it. I love that idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Let's
came
do
up with it. Mm-hmm.
Jared, what do you think about stickers? I heard there's some fucking broad on Etsy selling stickers.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the fuck out of my
selling
sister.
sticks.
Yeah, my sister is gonna be. She's gonna be selling. I gave her licensing rights in exchange for babysitting my puppy during the day when I have to podcast. So she's gonna make Section 10 stickers on her Etsy store. Maybe next time I pick up Ace at her house, maybe I serve her with some C&D papers. I don't know, but like
thick stack of lawsuits, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
A phone book just breaks the table how heavy it is.
Steve.
Yeah, I got an idea, Jared. What if we did like Section 10 hats? Like, have you thought of this at all? Like, it has like the 10 logo on it. It's like a green hat. Maybe it could even be like the cleanup hat, so it fits big heads.
The what now?
The cleanup 47 hat that fits big heads.
Cleanup hat.
They're called the cleanup hats. 47 brand. This is what this is.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know about that.
Okay. But yeah, Section 10 hats. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I like that idea.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get that going. Relatively, hopefully, I don't want to make any false promises here. It's not a CVP guarantee, but we're kind of talking like second half, like to be up and running.
You think people would do Section 10 shiesties? You think that'd be crazy?
That's for the winter, too.
Of course.
Yeah, that'll be in the Christmas drop. That'll be the
People
Christmas
do it
drop.
If you're up to activities during the summer.
Yeah.
Have we ever had a Section 10 shirt and a mug shot?
Ooh.
Not to my knowledge.
I feel like we have a very friendly and safe fan base, so I can't imagine.
Yeah. I mean, if it were going to be anyone, it would be T.
True.
He'd
be wearing his 310 to left shirt.
Yeah. By the way, I told Tom Karen, I said, you have my blessing to, if you want to make this the tagline of your podcast, Tyler Milliken's favorite Red Sox podcast, you have my blessing to do that.
I'll be listening next episode to see if
Welcome to 310 to left. It is,
I mean,
Tyler Milliken's favorite Red Sox podcast, 310 to left.
When we were at that the launch party for the City Connects, T's face lit up when TC came over to him and was like, "Hey, would love to do a video with you." 310.
It was like one of Coley's kids when they first saw Wally. It was Tyler when he saw TC.
It was emotional, and then he wanted to take a picture next to the logo.
Mm-hmm.
Easily the biggest, accomplishment in my career.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like it was an awesome thing for you. So, are you mad that I went on the podcast before you?
Yeah, actually, it infuriates me quite a bit.
Yeah,
my time will come.
Well, I put in a word for you.
Thank you.
Like, if you want,
he didn't say it was a good word.
Like, when I get rid of this guy, I'm going to fire him from my podcast.
He's going to be available soon if you guys
He
want him.
needs work.
I'm gonna have him upload his passport to the sketchy website. You can have his information.
Yeah, it's
Well, I should probably take my passport out of the
Yeah,
screen here.
it's a good call, T.
It's a great call. You know what else is a great call? Download the Underdog Fantasy app.
Mhm.
I feel like I haven't really made a ton of Red Sox plays this year. I need to throw some Sox picks in with my daily pick'ems, doing those Monday through Friday. And I think the part of that too, maybe you disagree, Steven, but if I say Raffy's hot, like is that something where you try to like not throw him in a pick'em because you don't want to jinx it, or do you ride the hot hand?
Oh,
Like, how
no,
do you
no.
approach that?
I'm fine with that. Any of those I make, I have a hot guy in there, whether appearance or at the
I'm
plate.
sorry?
There's a hot guy in all of my picks.
Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. Also, happy Pride Month to all the 162 gays out there. It is
Hell
it's
yeah.
June 1st, which I think is going to be the dawning of a new era for this Boston Red Sox team. I do think that it's not like there was a roster move that happened where it's like, all right, now we go. They kind of just, and stop me if I'm out of line here, but isn't like TS10 getting it going a little bit almost better than getting, not, I mean, obviously not Bregman, but like say someone came back off the injured list, or, you know, calling up, like getting your leader to not be this, not necessarily a dark cloud hanging over the team, but it's got to feel weird for everyone else in the clubhouse who loves Trevor Story to watch him struggle every day and be like, you know, you can do it, man. Like, you're going to be just fine. And like, I don't think he believes that. No one else believes that. But seeing Trevor Story come to life in this series, can that be the marking of a turning point for this team?
That can change things easily. I mean, all struggles are not created equal. I know Campbell's been going through it, but I'm not looking at him like, God damn it, what's wrong with this kid? I know some people are and want to send him down to Worcester and all that. But Trevor Story struggling for the amount of time he was. I don't think I'm ever too dramatic with, moves that I want the team to make, but felt pretty comfy tweeting out they should DFA Trevor Story. And I think we were all kind of at that point. Yeah, which I don't normally do that, but it really felt like, and I was talking to Mikey, I'm like, do you think he's going to have any more big swings for this team? That's kind of where, I was at with that. So to your point, Jerry, I think having Story back, not just, at the plate, obviously it has to start there. It can then unlock him as the veteran that everyone's looking up to again. Because I don't think people would really want to talk to him in general because they know he's going through it so much. You don't want to, get in his way or anything like that, trying to fix things. So I couldn't believe when he hit that homer, I did a triple take, making sure it was him. I thought the screen glitched. It was Apple TV. I'm like, you don't know what's going on. Maybe they messed up. It's like, no, Trevor Story actually had a big swing for this team. I didn't think that would happen again.
I thought today's swing was even bigger.
I was gonna say,
It was bigger.
That was drove in all their runs, right?
The only
But
run,
I'm more talking like the first one. It's like, oh shit! Like,
Yeah, sure.
Like
Yeah.
he hit a homer. Like, what are we even
I mean-
talking about? It almost set up the one today where it wasn't as surprising. But
For sure. But
Still.
this was 7 inches away from a grand slam today. That's
I
where
know.
it was just like, that was because the first one was like a hanging dog shit pitch that he ambushed and knocked the fuck out of. Like a week ago, he just misses that pitch, even as much of a cookie as it was. The one today, the home run, it was almost just like, all right, well, that could be a fluke. The one today, it was just like, oh, he may be starting something. Because when he is connecting, you don't know how long the streak's going to be, but it is impressive what he can do when he is seeing the ball. It's few and far between, but right now, if he is starting a streak, yeah, it absolutely could, to Jared's question, turn things around.
he got that little TS10 bat flip going too. He hasn't seen
Yeah.
that in a little while. On the second hit, I'm like, oh, we got that little TS10 flip back again. Okay,
Yeah.
he must be feeling himself if that's happening. So it's the
I
little
think
things
it's-
that matter.
I think it's also just, he signed a big money deal, came to a new market, and it's a very demanding fan base. And the expectations are obviously very high that comes along with playing for the Boston Red Sox. There have been other players who have come here, signed big money deals and failed. And it's kind of like you never quite get out of that hole. And those players in particular that are on my mind right now, I don't know that they had like a ton of teammate support where it was like, yeah, like you're our guy though. It's okay. Like, I don't think that Pablo Sandoval had that. It was kind of just, this guy fucking sucks. Like, let's DFA his ass. Like Carl Crawford didn't get DFA'd, but he got thrown in a salary dump trade. And I think for the most part, I never heard anyone dislike him, but I don't know, like he was more of a loner. I don't think that he was like the most popular guy, but he wasn't disliked necessarily. But with Trevor Story, it's like everyone loves this guy. So I mean, to back up Steve, I was on Unobstructed Views last week, and Alana Rizzo covered him in Colorado. So she has a soft spot in her heart for Trevor Story. I do too. I mean, I first time I ever interviewed him, he was with the Rockies in 2019, and he came on the show this year. Like, I have a soft spot for Trevor Story as well. It pained me to be like, yeah, I think a DFA is coming. I've said this in defense of the idea multiple times now, but I will repeat it again. It was less the guy. It was less that he's the one that's sucking, and more so that you had Marcelo Meyer coming up behind him, who is also a shortstop and one of the top prospects in baseball. It just so happened that your replacement was ready now. So that's why it's like, all right, if you're going to shake something up, you're not going to fire the manager. What would that really even do? Like, it's the players. The players are underperforming, and they need a spark. And if it happened to be Marcelo Meyer and Trevor Story to the bench, or if they really valued the roster spot and wanted to designate him for assignment, 3-4 days ago, I don't think anyone would have batted an eye, and they would have been like, that sucks. No one would have, I mean, obviously the assholes would have cheered, but I think the real diehard Red Sox fans would have been like, that sucks. I really wish that it would have worked out. It didn't, but the season's on the line here, and we needed to do something. We needed to shake up something. Then we go into this Atlanta Braves series, and we'll see where he finishes in the Clark SketchUp Series MVP voting. But I would imagine he's going to have a lot of support for Clark SketchUp Series MVP in a very important series for the Red Sox. So,
who else is there even a vote for?
Toro.
Toro, Crochet. Yeah.
No, we'll get there when we get there, but I feel pretty good about who's getting that ketchup.
Yeah.
I mean, to all of that, Jared, I feel like we're also just so in a beggars can't be choosers situation right now. So anybody in the bottom of the lineup that got going, I'd be like, woohoo, hey, here we go. Yeah, I believed in you. I didn't think Trevor Story was going to do anything. But him now going off, it's like, yeah, we need this. I don't care who it is. Anybody that's going to perform after Devers, that's what they need. They're going to need multiple guys to get hot. Not just in June, but for the rest of the season. There's another layer of it, too, that we kind of, I don't want to say deserve some blame for, but we're 162 guys, girls, and gays, all of us, especially on this show, all together.
We're all gays this month.
We're all gays, guys, and girls. But we obviously, take these losses, more to heart than I think a lot of people do, because we're doing every single game. And so every game then feels like it can be more than just 9 innings sometimes, especially if a guy's going as bad as Trevor Story was going. But he's such a great dude, and we root for him so much as a person that it doesn't take much for him to be back in the good graces. I feel like even one series right now, I'm like, all right, Story's back. Now, is that a little naive? Sure. I mean, it went 3 for 10. It's a little crazy to do. But Coley, I'm more saying like it's for somebody that we don't love, they got to go like above and beyond for us to be like, he's not that bad. With Trevor Story, it's like, yes, I'm back now. I'm hoping that you can keep this going, but you have my support again if you can stay at anywhere near this pace.
It's like when an absentee father comes to like one game a year. You know what I mean? Like that's what you mean by back. Like, he's back from getting cigarettes, because we know he's not going to stay around.
But that's the bad person. Like, that's the guy that takes a while for me to count him as back. Trevor Story's a good dad. You know what I mean?
But he's not like maybe in his real life. I'm not
in this comparison. Yeah.
But for the Red
Sox, he's a good dad. He just really loves the booze.
Yeah. For the Red Sox, he's
likes to
typically
drink
not
whatever.
around. So that's where it's like, the flashes are great, but he's almost the wrong guy to get going, because we know it's not going to last.
It could. I don't expect it to.
No proof that it could last.
That Lou stat blew my mind, and it shouldn't have been that surprising. But the fact that there were 169 qualified hitters in May, and Story was 168 and Campbell was 169, I'm like, oh god, that's tough. When you put it that way, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's really been going through it. But again, you give us little glimpses here. You got to take it where you can. The Red Sox, will take any production from anyone. Like, you can't keep
Big
Toro
time.
out of the lineup. That's where we're at right now.
Well, that's
they
where you
won't.
come down to this whole thing, right? It's like Abraham, Toro, and
Right.
Trevor Story were
Right.
your best hitters in this game, this whole series. You struck out 10 plus times in every single game. So it's like, how sustainable, how much can you depend on that? You have Raffy, who's going to be Raffy and continue to do those things. You didn't get anything out of Jarren Duran in the series, but I think
Literally
Trevor
nothing.
Story overall, I think his first homer in a Red Sox uniform was at this ballpark, was it not? Like, wasn't that his big moment in 2023?
Could have been.
And then you look at his stats at Truist, 333, 391, 730,
I mean,
1100
You hear that,
OPS.
Braves?
When he
You hear
when
that,
he-
Dude
Bravos?
loves hitting there.
Let's just stay in Atlanta. Let's just
The
keep playing
batter's
there.
eye, whatever it is, man, he just rakes there.
when he hit that home run in the first game, they put up his numbers against the Braves like all time. I was like, come on, guys. Like, come on. But I just want to be honest and forthcoming. I, like many of you, I don't know that anyone else is getting. I'm not talking about my.
T was
my
right for the
podcast
record.
brethren.
First homer was in Atlanta. Just wanted to mention
There-
it.
There you go. I stopped believing in Trevor Story. Like, it wasn't like I was like, if he can just grind this out. Like, no, I completely stopped believing in him. I thought
So did
this,
the Red Sox.
this is it. No, they didn't, because they kept putting him in the fucking lineup.
The fact
sometimes
that he was
batting
getting
cleanup.
pinch hit in the 8th inning
Yeah.
told you what
Yes,
they thought
but
about
they
he,
were
it.
but
getting you
yeah,
signs.
pinch
were
hit is
holding
the
on.
fucking fourth or fifth hitter in the lineup.
If
Tyler.
Bregman didn't get hurt, I don't know that they would have believed. Like,
Agreed.
that gave him more.
That's where
leash.
I am.
That gave him
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
more
sure.
leash.
But yeah, I did not believe in him anymore. I thought, and it still might be. It's one series. I don't want to overreact.
Yeah,
one way or
nothing
the
should
other.
change there yet.
Nope.
Yet.
Yeah,
The
but
most
that's-
we're
impressive
talking about
ball.
3 hits here.
The most
That's what I'm
impressive
saying.
ball he hit in the series
but
wasn't
that's
any
like
of the ones.
3 hits in one series is like ties his last fucking 30
No,
games.
I'm
prior
more
to
on
that.
the side of I'm just going to be blindly hopeful that this is now going to
Yeah,
lead to
I
something,
hope
but
it
of course I
continues.
don't fully expect that.
When
I
you
hope
look
it
at this
continues.
series, his most impressive moment wasn't the homer in the first game, which came on a breaking ball. I don't know why anyone throws a breaking ball to Trevor Story at this point. Or the one today where it was like a 93 mile per hour fastball or 92. It was the 97 from Schwellenbach that Michael Harris robbed him on. The fact that he drove that ball,
Schwellenbach.
he drove a 97 mile per hour fastball. That's a miracle for Trevor
Spencer
Story.
Schwellenbach.
Like, that's something he hasn't been able to do.
For sure.
But he's
Ever.
telling you there's no mechanical adjustment. He's just trying to think less and be an athlete, which tells you where he's at. He essentially he needs to not think and hope it clicks back into what it once was. That's where
He
is.
just goes up there like, doo-doo-doo, like
I'm not gonna
Be an
swing.
athlete. He
not
keeps
saying
saying it over
anything.
and
I'm
over.
dumb.
C-ball,
He does say
hit-ball
that.
is some of like the best coaching you can give certain guys, because I can't imagine.
Especially if you're slumping.
Especially at that level, it's like, I think he's going to throw me this pitch, and then it's just not that pitch at all. That must take months to get out of for anyone, not just him.
Mortifying.
Yeah, horrifying.
When you're playing the pitch guessing game, like I'll do it at home and I'm like, I don't know how these guys play baseball. Like especially when they had Duran in there. I'm like, this
Yeah.
guy can throw an off speed that's in like the 80s, but he also throws like 103. How the fuck do you prepare for that? Yeah, I think
You
that's
don't.
where C-ball hit ball is the best.
When we did the traject machine in spring training and I went in to face Chapman, I thought that they were only throwing fastballs, and to fuck with me, they added in sliders, and I fouled off a slider, and then I came out, and then they told me like, yeah, we were mixing in sliders. You got a piece of one. I was like, none of those looked like anything other than fastballs. Like you could have told me those were only fastballs, and I would have been like, yep. But like they were throwing me fucking splitters, fast, like whatever. I was like, I didn't notice at all. It was just C-ball, hit ball in there. Fight for my life in there.
When you
Oh, big
listen,
time.
you listen to older hitters, they were like, yeah, I only sat on breaking stuff because I knew a fastball wasn't getting by me. I feel like that wasn't everybody, obviously. Those were like the Hank Aarons of the world. But I do feel like that gets lost a little bit today. It's just like, yeah, sit on a certain pitch. And I think that would help Rafaela a ton. I think there are certain, fucking Sean Murphy today was swinging at anything.
Oh my God.
And it was just
That
like,
3-pitch at bat was crazy.
yeah, it's like clearly what's happening right now is not working. You need quite an adjustment. If something's moving a little, stop. These aren't even close to the strike zone, bud. What are you swinging at?
Credit to Crochet for just continuing to throw the same pitch. It's like, if you're gonna be this dumb, I'm just gonna keep giving you this and you're just gonna miss it. Come on, man.
So easy. He even called timeout, and I was like, this poor bastard has no, like, he's drowning. It's that Timothy Chalamet tweet. It's like, you were born out. You were always out.
Yep. Yep.
And this is a man who spends his time behind the plate. Like, if anyone understands
know.
pitching and what goes into it would be a guy like
He's
him.
like, no way he's throwing it
At a
again.
basic level with catchers, and if we're talking like Wong and stuff, it's like, brother, like you should have a better idea what's going on out here. You're calling pitches for a living, and you're 0 for 20 with runners in scoring position. Like we should see more of a parallel there. I get that the position is like the worst thing in sports to play, and your body's got to be just killing you at all times. But yeah, I am surprised that we don't see that more often.
Every catcher should be the best hitter on their team. I've never understood the
Yeah,
opposite.
it's just if I didn't know anything about baseball,
Everybody
I'd be like,
beat
well,
Buster
they're like
Posey.
pitch wizards. They know all of this. It's like no, they're
Mallard.
actually the worst
like,
hitter.
I don't get it. It has to be the physical toll because mentally, yeah, they should be on top of it.
Connor Wong's not. Oof. God.
I'm
Nice
on top of some Blue Moons. I know that. Yeah, because Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, so it's no wonder why you crave it. Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slicer ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience perfect for year-round activities. And for the moments that you want a lighter option of your favorite beer, reach for the Blue Moon Light. It's refreshing wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for a lighter, exceptional taste at only 95 calories. Actually, Tyler Milliken just snuck off camera to drink 2 Blue Moons and then came right back. How are those Blue Moons tasting, T?
I'm hammered. Disclaimer. My dog was having an episode. We're okay.
Yeah.
Too many moons.
Drink responsibly.
Yes, my
Yeah.
dog
Blue
was the one
Moon
drinking.
Light.
Yeah. Inspired by the beer you already love.
So take
And
my
available
keys,
year-round.
brother.
A wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Brightly brewed with real tangerine peel. Tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. For delivery options, that is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter.
Suck one.
Yeah, you got to
Suck one.
Shout out to Michael Shaw on Twitter. He was at the game today. They have a big like Blue Moon Brewery thing going on at the park. He did that whole ad read and sent it to us. It was pretty cool.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Did he tweet it or he sent it privately?
Yeah, I'll send the tweet to everybody right now.
Oh, shit.
It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cock and balls.
I don't think that, I mean, there's no one else that Blue Moon is advertising with that has listeners that will do something like this. What a guy.
The amount of pics we get of people drinking the moons, I love it. Dedication. Responsibly.
Yeah. It is unequivocally this is hey Blue Moon. If you're listening, Laura, shout out Laura. She's the best.
With its hazy color and hints of coriander, only one beer is brewed by baseball. And that is Blue Moon, brewed in Denver, Colorado at the Sandlot Brewery. And only one podcast is brewed by Blue Moon. And that's the Section Head Podcast, baby.
You know what? Thank you, Michael.
I would argue next time that whoever's recording get a little closer because you got like a wind blower in your ear. But hey, it's the dedication, man.
It
Also
is
knows a leaf
dedication.
blower. A wind blower makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. I'm going to send that to Blue Moon right now.
Nice.
Shout out to Michael. Okay. So the first game of this series, did it feel like, was it anticlimactic winning? Because you felt like there was still so much more of an uphill battle ahead of you.
Not really. No.
It was scary watching Lucas Giolito. Like, he was living on the edge to the point that Ronald Acuna Jr. was like ready to cry in his hands that he didn't smoke a homer off of you. Even
How do we feel
Giolito was
about-
laughing.
How do we feel about the Giolito comments after the game?
About getting pulled?
Yeah.
I don't think he has any room to
No.
speak. Especially when
No.
you look at like Matt Olson, who's hit 4 homers off of you in your career. Like, if there's a spot where you can justify bringing in a lefty, that's the one.
Let me see if I can find those.
T said, shut up and dribble, pal.
Yeah. I can't fucking find them. You guys are supposed to talk while I look.
He said, like, he came out there, he tickled my balls, he threw the rosin bag right in my asshole. But we do that for the team, unlike Rafael Devers, who's the worst human who's ever lived. That's what he said, right?
Yeah. Matt Olson, 8 for 12 with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs and 14 plate appearances against you.
Oh, here it is. Giolito said he was, quote, surprised, but added, laughing, "They don't want me to give up a homer there. I don't like it, but I'm an employee, so we do what we're told."
Yeah.
Employee is interesting. I don't know if I really want the dude saying like I'm an employee, because then it starts to get a little dicey. But there's also that almost seems like too on the head. I don't know. It's like
a shot at Devers?
Oh no, I didn't take it like that. No,
that's how most people were taking it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that was the first time even seeing the quote. But no, I think
dropped a super similar line recently.
Yeah, don't really have a huge issue with it. But again, the Red Sox had a chance to pull somebody with 2 outs in the 4th inning. They're going to do it.
I don't have an issue with it. I just was asking you guys if you interpret it as a shot at Rafi.
No,
I don't think it was. I think the Jazz Chisholm stuff was a shot at Rafi.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, explain. I didn't see
like
him
saying he would. The manager came to me and asked me.
Let me see. You guys are
also, I'd love to
horrible
see
at
how
covering
people
for me
said
while I
stuff.
look for-
You brought it up, dude.
Yeah,
you brought it up.
I thought you had it.
No, I said, did you see it?
Well, clearly you
not
didn't
see it.
either. Yeah, you don't know.
Well,
I just remember things I read and see. I don't need other people to fill the air while I search for it.
Also, the delivery of how they say these things is very important. I wouldn't want to just base it off of reading the quotes.
Almost
Jazz
nobody.
Chisholm's also has barely been a league average hitter this year. He's in 180.
Every player I've heard take shots at Devers fucking sucks in comparison. Like, you have to be as good, if not better, than a player to be like, we don't.
Have there
do
been
that
that many active guys that have really touched this? I haven't seen many. It's like basically every former player has an opinion on it, but
sure,
not
right.
a lot of active guys.
But most of them were worse than he is. So that's where it's just like, I don't
significantly.
give a fuck what you would have. Yeah, you had to do that to stay in the league.
I mean, that's what I've heard so far. Gave me the choice, but he told me that he wanted me at third base. He really wanted me at third base. So, like I said, I'm a team guy. I'm here to win a ring. I'm not here to fight over positions and all that. You know, we got some of the best players in the world on our team. We definitely got the best player in the world on our team. So I'm definitely not the one to be out here fighting for positions, you know. So for me, I'm just here trying to help us win and try to help us win a World Series.
I don't think most players are like, I don't want to rip them here, but like most of them are just going to answer the question in front of them and not try to bring in some like witty thing of, you know, a narrative that's going on around the league. So I kind of doubt that was a shot.
And Jazz Chisholm's the last guy to hold punches. Like, that's a dude who speaks his mind. And like, when he feels some type of way about something, he says it. Whether it's good or bad, or it's going to create problems or whatever it may be. So if he really wanted to take a shot at Rafi, I think he would have made it
I think it's less taking a shot at Rafi, more seeing what the reaction was to how Rafi handled it and being like, oh, if I'm in that spot, I will handle it much differently.
In a perfect world.
He's on his second
I think
team.
I think the more interesting thing that came out over the last couple of days was finding out why Breslow was the one who spoke to Devers. And the fact that they were trying to fix and maintain the relationship with Cora. So that if things went wrong, if he reacted poorly, which they expected, Cora and him would be on the same page. Unfortunately, Breslow would have to be, good cop, bad cop, like parents, essentially. Someone has to take the beating and someone has to leave the door open to make it work.
That's very much reasoning you come up with after the fact. That is not why that happened.
You don't believe that?
No. It took weeks for them to say that?
I was saying this the last 3 weeks, so this is how I felt on the situation the entire time. I thought they were making Breslow do it because of Cora and Devers' relationship after what they went through during spring training when Cora called out Devers essentially through the media saying he needed to go play in games after asking not to.
Sure, yeah. Cora, that's why it's like Cora's never been, like you just said about Jazz, Cora's never been one to pull punches either. If he wanted to call someone out, like he would call out Eddie Rodriguez after he'd go like 9 perfect innings. He'd be like, I just didn't like how he executed out there tonight. Like that's been Cora's. So I don't know that, especially when on Thursday or coming into this series, him and Breslow have directly opposite quotes about Roman Anthony come out the exact same day. Like you cannot tell me that these guys are like, there's some master plan brewing here between these two.
I just
No.
believe Cora would have Devers at first base if he could have his way. It's not that way, and you need to maintain the relationship to get through the season. And I think they were scared if it got any worse between player and manager, you would get the trade request. And right now, Rafael Devers, one of the best hitters on the planet, might be player of the month for May. Like, you need him to do his job. You can't have him upset and pouting and him up, going through this stuff while you're trying to get this team on track and try to win. I do believe that story. I think it's accurate. I think it's right. But yeah, that's just where I'm kind of standing. That's how I've read the situation, at least from before it broke.
I think Cora just has a way better feel for Raffy, obviously, than Breslow, but also knows what's worth it and what's not worth it with his own guys. And who does he know better than Rafael Devers? He's probably looking at the situation like, all right, well, in a perfect world, he'd play first. I know he's going to make a whole thing out of it, so I'm not really going to, deal with that. I'll let somebody else deal with that. The guy that I'm clearly not on great standing with. It's very clear that Cora and Breslow are not really seeing eye to eye on a lot of things. I think it's sometimes you can keep things behind closed doors. There's been enough quotes now where it's like, okay, like even if you're an idiot, you know that these guys don't agree on much.
What would be the other stuff, Steve, that you would highlight besides the Roman Anthony stuff?
I mean, doesn't it? Well, a lot of it's Devers based. A lot of it's based on this situation. And I feel like anytime we see quotes, and it's a lot of times being sent in the scoop shop, I'm like, to Coley's point, these are exactly opposite of what the other guy thinks. Like, regardless of what it is, it's always like, I'm going to go this path and you're going to go that path, and we don't really see eye to eye on stuff. But it is hard to.
Good hit, my motherfucker.
I'm sure he's been saying a lot of that. He probably has done that a lot recently where he's like, I know how I can get on better terms with this guy. Oh, there's my fucking cocksucking best friend.
He turns a chair around, sits on it backwards, like every 90s principal in a TV show. Like he just doesn't get it.
Now here's the deal, dude. Here's the deal. These fucking dickheads out there, these bitches.
Dig it,
out
homeboy.
there, don't believe what they say. I'm your best fucking friend, man. Come on now. Now, T, a lot of it's a vibes thing. I feel like you read between the lines, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think these guys really see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but they know they have to coexist. That's another thing. Like, if I'm going to get on Cora for anything, I wouldn't want to dig a hole's not a good way to put it, but it's burning bridges with certain individuals doesn't seem like it's worth it for what we're trying to do here, for the bigger picture. And I don't think he's doing that necessarily, but it just feels like if you're going to, be okay with saying certain things publicly, then it's going to at least highlight to other people that aren't as tied into what's going on that it's a mess there behind the scenes. And I don't think that's good for anybody. If you're trying to turn this thing around, you got to at least try to act the part, all the way through.
No,
I just feel like they know Raffy's very sensitive to the subject to the point where he's not talking to the media unless he's basically forced to at this point in time. If you turn maybe the one guy he trusts in this organization left, the one guy that he kind of views as someone that, despite what happened over the offseason, you're an ally to me, because he doesn't view Craig Breslow as an ally. He thinks he needs to learn how to do his job. Like, you take that guy away, I think then you get to the point where, like, whatever happens next for Devers, if he feels like he has no one he can lean on in the organization, then you have a real fucking problem. But then you're at trade crisis or whatever it may be.
Is it, or is it fire the guy he hates and keep the guy he likes?
What do you mean?
If
like after this year, just fire?
No,
I don't think
whenever
they're trying to fire another guy because they fire another guy. You thought the last search went poorly.
Exactly. You're so close, but so far. That's exactly yes. No one else will want that job. Who can step right into it? The guy who wanted it last time.
Maybe he has 2 more years beyond this one as a manager. Like, I'm not there yet. And if they get to that point where they're firing Breslow already, holy shit, this organization, as bad as we all think it is. If you're firing Breslow because you just wanted to hire Cora anyways.
Oh, I don't think they want to.
Yeah.
You have so little credibility or respect amongst anyone in the entire sport at that point.
If they fired Breslow within the next year and a half, they would have to hire Cora because he would be the only person willing to take the job.
No,
you still
would be
get
2 of us.
Incredibly slammed.
Coley and Cora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
big
it.
time. Coley first, by the way, in that order.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There was one, T, and I'm sure you saw this. You see the quotes before me normally, but the quote this past weekend that I saw that was interesting. And again, I didn't hear how he said it, so that might change things. But this was Breslow talking about Cora, saying, "We obviously made a commitment to Alex. We're going to see that through." I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but like, we made a commitment, guys. We committed to him, so I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, we're gonna see that through. Like, we'll see how it goes, but like, I don't agree with this guy much. He doesn't agree with me.
At the end of the day, publicly, that extension, Breslow, the way the organization wanted to paint it was that Breslow waited 3 months, had to see what it was. Then it was his decision. That's how it was framed this entire time. So if Breslow steps out and he fires Cora, it's essentially saying what he did those first 3 months in terms of evaluating were garbage. He didn't know what he was doing, and he fucked up already.
He's been painted into quite a corner where Cora looks smart and he looks like an idiot no matter what happens. I never told Rafi to play first. I don't know why he's so pissed at me for. I publicly said I don't want him playing first. Now you got this egghead from Yale waltzing down here to tell him to play first.
He didn't tell anyone publicly. What the chatter was. Let's be real. There was a lot different chatter over the offseason. Like, it's nice what Cora said, but going back, Tristan Casas not being on this roster, what would it have looked like in the perfect Alex Cora world? Rafael Devers playing first base for you.
Maybe. Definitely maybe. But he would have had that. It would have been his idea either way.
Breslow?
No. It always would have looked like Cora's idea. He's played it very Game of Thrones, like masterfully.
Cora?
Yeah, I think so. I think the front office battles, I think he has. He's already got one guy killed.
Yeah. 2.
I don't know the other one.
It does feel like, though, publicly, the media's on Alex.
Yeah, go
Cora
ahead, T. Get that take off while I'm talking to Coley.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Roenicke Or Malarkey, T. What do you got?
What a segment. What a segment. T has no idea what that segment is.
No,
he
didn't listen to this fucking show.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite segments we've ever done. He doesn't care.
In 2020, for anyone who doesn't know, Ron Roenicke had the most ridiculous post-game quotes of all time. And we would do a segment called Roenicke Or Malarkey, where it would actually be a real Ron Roenicke quote or a completely made-up quote. And oftentimes, you could never tell the difference.
No. It made that season more entertaining, though. We needed that for that 2 months.
For how awful that team was, I had a great time.
Yeah. That was like the beginning of Tied in the 8th. We had nicknamed the Ostrich. Like, we were making up dumb names and then, segments and everything.
There was nothing else to do.
We could shit on that team unmercifully. Like, we could shit all over the players, knowing, like, you're not going to be here next year. Like, you're not even going to be in the league. You weren't in the league before they called you to come play for this team. Like, it was quite the year.
And knowing they had no grounds to stand on. These guys all had like 9 ERAs. It's like, you can't fight back. Like, you suck.
No.
Like, we're saying you suck and you suck. You can't really, have a counter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they do. Like Gilmore.
I have no memories of any baseballing that happened for the Red Sox that year.
I just remember Benintendi falling down, rounding second, going to third, and we never saw him again. That's the only
Doogie had a big catch. Remember Doogie had that catch like end the game?
No.
That guy that you loved on the team. There we go.
That's
he
when he was
once.
like, yeah. He was like,
he had the catch and he was like, fuck yeah. You don't forget, you forget that.
Honestly, if you had asked me like what was Alex Verdugo's first year with the Red Sox, I would have said 2021. Like, I completely forgot he was on that team.
7th in MVP voting that year?
Something
I think so.
like that, yeah.
Something
yeah,
like
he
that.
He went brazy in the COVID season.
Stupid, dude.
Stupid dummy, dude.
Yeah. If you put a gun to my head and say, like, I think what else happened? I remember the game where Marcelo Zuna hit like 2 home runs, like off the fucking back wall in center field.
Right. Yeah, that was at Fenway. Then wasn't that one? I think MLB tweeted it recently where Ronald Acuna hit one that cleared the entire bleachers against the Red Sox. I think it went about 500 feet.
Yeah.
So that was
remember Juan Soto hit a home run. They had like those stupid tents, like they were like canopies out in the bleachers, and like Juan Soto hit a home run out there. Pretty much all my memories of that team are
tanks.
The 9/11
tanks
guy
hit by the other team.
The 9/11 guys, all I remember.
Wasn't that the Ozuna game?
The Urno Michael Jordan guy.
Urno Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Bobby Dahlbeck hitting a historic 5th straight home run, and Jenny Johnson just going off about like Dunkin' Donuts or something.
The refreshers, and they're just that refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 straight games with a home run, and we got Jenny Johnson just yapping about fucking
her kids on her knee will not shut up. Her kids yapping too. It's like, this is a great segment.
Yeah. Five straight games with a home run for Bobby Dahlbeck. Anyways, Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, that's really
What a
all I
year.
remember from that season. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know that they were. I remember JD just sucking balls that season.
Awful.
Oof.
He was like, I need my fucking iPad. Furious.
I'm
that
driving
he couldn't-
blind down here. You fucks. This isn't
Yeah.
funny.
I mean, in his defense, like nothing was going to happen because he had those player options. So it's like, all right,
Well-
I'm going to come here for 2 months. I got the iPad thing. I'll just
all the
fuck
iPads.
this season. This season's stupid.
iPads had COVID in them, so that's
Yeah.
why they were like,
Right. If you touch, you get
They-
COVID.
Yeah, they got rid of iPads because they were all carriers of COVID.
They
at
had
the
to
time.
issue a statement like, if you have an iPad,
Yeah.
you have COVID. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't have just worn gloves and used the iPads, but
I remember they won the first game like 12-5 or something against the Orioles, and we're like, is this team gonna be really good, dude?
Yeah.
2020 Sox gonna win the World
like
Series.
imagine
Kevin
we just
Pillar,
got like a
died.
bonus World Series just to hold us over.
I would have hated that.
I don't
yeah.
think we
Oh,
would have
my.
loved the Mickey Mouse.
I agree. Like right now, it's perfectly symmetric out there. I got the 4 World Series trophies out there on the wall. Like if they had won in 2020, I would have been pissed that I had to buy another fucking replica World
Yeah.
Series trophy, not knowing where to put it, and been down X amount of dollars for having to buy it.
Well, even during the Sunday Night Baseball game, Dodgers-Yankees, they were like showing the banners. And I'm like, ugh, that 2020 banner looks so
No,
stupid.
so
It's just like,
stupid.
no. And the 24,
They
I mean,
should've
you obviously
just-
earned that, but
They should have just had like a tournament. Like instead of like, all right, the World Series canceled this year. We're only playing 60 games. Like, let's have a tournament instead of crowning a World Series champion. I mean, obviously, like Dodger fans now, they have the World Series that they won last year, and they'll probably win the next 6 straight. But if I don't know, I would definitely feel odd about
There's a
having
reason.
that one.
There's a reason those guys celebrated as hard as they did when they won this one. Because a lot of those guys
Yeah.
were there in 20. Like it was obviously Ohtani wasn't there, but like there was plenty of holdover.
it was
Yeah.
funny to me when Muncy was, see, like, we deserve that. It's like, dude, this is a completely different roster. This is a way different situation. Like, yeah, you had Ohtani in 2020. Like, what are we talking about, brother?
Kershaw was dead and he was celebrating that World Series. Like he didn't even do anything for that one. And
He
was
said that though. He was just
This is it.
shirtless
Yeah,
with his
he owned
dad
it.
bod, and he was like, I didn't do anything to win this, but this is a fucking awesome time. Like I'm having a great time at this parade.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Shout out
great
Kersh.
spot to be in. You're a team legend. You already have a ring, even if it was that ring. And it's like, yeah, I got another one. I'm going to go crazy.
His is especially funny due to how much he's sucked in the playoffs. Like that's what made his even like I respected it so hard. Him just being like, yep, this is all me. Like he was a coach basically.
Do you think he's a statue guy? Is Kershaw a statue guy in
Oh,
LA?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I think so. I just wanted to.
1000%. Those
Yeah.
people consider him like the best pitcher of all time. It's crazy to me.
No, I
They-
know.
they
I mean, their
hold
bar
him-
for statues is pretty high. It's like Jackie Robinson, like Koufax. It's like understandable. Kershaw's a first ballot.
Coley,
Isn't
who
the
is
last-
who is Jackie Robinson's favorite athlete?
I'll be done, man.
Jackie Robinson's favorite athlete. After he passed away, Jackie's wife contacted
Oh yeah.
this athlete and said, "Will you please be a pallbearer for Jackie?" And he said, "Yes, but can I ask why?" And she said, because you are his favorite athlete of all time."
I remember the story. I can't remember who it was.
There's a reason why I'm asking you.
Was it Bill Russell?
It was Bill Russell.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
I didn't want to throw that guess and just be flagrantly wrong.
Yeah, just like obviously it goes back to the Boston Celtics. Like,
Right. Yeah. They're like,
Is-
no,
is-
dude.
I mean, it's got to be Larry
Bird.
Bird. Like,
Yeah, Larry Bird. You just got Larry Bird just carrying Jackie's casket.
yeah.
I don't know, Kevin McHale. Like, what do you got?
What do you got?
Red Sox won 5-1.
Yeah, big win for the Sox.
Who was the national reporter? Was it Morosi or Rosenthal who was like, a lot of hype around this Kershaw kid, but give me Billingsley 7 times a week. Like that was like
Chad Billingsley.
one of the first baseball Twitter tweets was like one of the main guys who just like put his nuts on the table for Billingsley.
That sounds like a Heyman tweet if I've ever seen one. in my
Sure,
life.
yeah, it does. T's gonna find it.
Either that or it's got to be like Nightingale.
I mean,
Phil Nightingale.
yeah, feels like a lot.
I understand that this Kershaw kid might get a cup of coffee, but you guys just wait till you see Billingsley.
And Billingsley started off pretty hot those first couple of years.
Yeah, no disrespect to Chad Billingsley, but I don't.
No.
Me personally, as a baseball evaluator, would not put him in the same class as Clayton Kershaw. Yeah.
Kershaw's been playing forever. I think he's one of like 2 active players that were pitching when I was in high school. I mean, it's been a
Verlander.
minute. I think it's him and Verlander. I think that's it.
What
Maybe
year did-
Scherzer?
Scherzer, I
Boom.
think, was what, 07?
08?
What year did Kershaw come up? 06?
08.
08
He
was
was
Kershaw?
yeah, it's almost 17 years to the day that he made his debut.
Shit.
Scherzer 08. Yeah. Then Verlander's like 05. He's just been
05,
pitching
yeah.
forever. I hear his
I
brother's
don't know.
pretty cool.
Are you going to give him a hug at the All-Star game?
No.
Do you want me to introduce you guys?
No.
Why?
I don't need to know him really.
He's nice. He's nice.
I don't have anything against him. It's just like
Oh, it
that's not
sounds like
someone
you do.
oh. No, I don't.
Sounds like you do.
I don't. I think
found
he can be corny a little bit. I think
Fanatical?
you would probably agree.
Yeah,
I
I
found
do. But he's
a
nice.
tweet.
Go ahead.
From John Heyman, May
we go.
4th, 2010. Kershaw may be regressing faster than Billingsley. Not sure. Close competition. Hashtag. How can Brad Penny be better than both? Like, it's just brutal.
Banger tweet. Banger.
That's a
So
long
it was
hashtag.
Heyman.
Yeah, that wasn't even the one I remember, but it does seem like he was in on Billingsley over Kershaw. And what did I say? 2010?
Mhm.
Yeah.
His
Holy-
first
yeah.
3 years, he had a 3.17 ERA, and then he went on to make 3, 4, 5,
this
6,
Big
7
Bills?
straight All-Star teams.
2010
No,
is
talk about
far
Kershaw.
too late to still be having the Kershaw Billingsley debate.
He's been
Yeah.
ridiculous for 2 years in a row, and he didn't get an All-Star. He didn't get anything any of those years in 09 or 2010.
Heyman said, I'm not
That's
seeing what you
crazy.
guys are seeing. You guys just don't know.
And then he just
ball."
wins the Cy Young 3 out of the next 4 years.
Like
okay.
what?
This guy sucks, Mike.
Those
Including an
innings
MVP.
totals, though, you will not see that ever again.
What are
That
they,
is
240?
serious. Dude, 230 regularly, like every other year. 200 on a rough year. It was him, Bumgarner, Verlander, Scherzer. Like that's the last of that cloth. Bumgarner
2011
still
to
hasn't officially retired
2017,
either.
a 2.10 for 7 years.
Oh, Kershaw? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was obviously very
Crazy.
good. That was maybe the worst division in baseball I've ever seen, that NL West, for that whole time.
Mhm.
But then that's almost like the Tom Brady thing where it's like, no, this guy's a legend regardless. I think
No,
as
he's
he
for
put
sure
those
a
exact
legend.
numbers up in a different division, surely not, but still, that's
The
2.10 for 7 straight seasons. That's wild.
No, he was a dog, no doubt. But I think that
Also in the days of the ninth hitter being the pitcher.
there was that, but it was also like, imagine if Brady went out and just threw like 7 interceptions every time he got to the playoffs. That's the difference, because that's what Kershaw was doing the second he got to October. He'd just be like, oh shit, a real lineup. And people will tweet me the Giants won 3 World Series. Shut the fuck up. It was all pitching. They had no one was hitting on those teams. So yeah, he got to dice up bad lineups all throughout the regular season. Oh, the Rockies, those Padres teams, fuck out of here.
Yeah, the postseason thing's always going to be there with him, unfortunately.
Chase Headley, baby.
That's what
Yeah.
like
The clock has absolutely run out on the opportunity for Kershaw to redeem the narrative. I want to.
Yeah.
Wasn't his last playoff start when he got fucking taken to the woodshed by the D-backs and they hit like 5 home runs off of him?
1 out, 6 earned, a homer, only 1 homer, so that's not terrible.
Oh.
But yeah, his ERA in that game must have been like 1 million. 1 out and 6 earned is definitely not good. I don't think.
he had
Not a big
one
stats guy.
good playoff start. Like and
He's
people
had a
tried-
few.
No,
He's
but
had a
like
couple.
towards the end, he
Yeah.
had one, and people tried to make that like a career redeemer, and it was just like, let's relax, let's just everyone calm down.
Yeah, his
That
best
first
postseason
start
was the
in
In
COVID season.
2020, in 2020, he went
Yeah.
8 shot with 13
Yeah,
strikeouts.
that doesn't count. That does not
Yeah, he had a
count.
2.93 in
But you just
5
we
starts.
just the only reason we're talking about this is we started talking about how much that whole World Series doesn't count.
He went 8 shut in 18 against the Braves.
Yeah, that's I think what I was thinking about. Like the 2020 stuff does not count.
He
8
basically had
shut
a
with
5
only 3
postseason.
strikeouts.
He had like a 5 postseason ERA from 08 to 2019.
In 18, he had 7 shut.
And he was getting there every
7
year.
1 earned.
He was there. This game log, I have to scroll to get to the bottom of the game log. This is a long fucking game
It's
log.
3 seasons of playoff ball, all bad.
Yeah, we got to remember this guy's got
Oh.
an extra 5 years a game on him in the
What?
postseason.
I was right. He fucking gave up 4 home runs to the D-backs.
I've seen one home run.
Oh, did he get shelled
2017.
twice by the D-backs?
Oh, in
Yes.
17. I thought, yeah, it was the D-backs one
6
was the
and a
last
third,
one.
4 bombs. He also has a start where he gave up 3 bombs to the Red Sox in the 18 World Series. Yeah. 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned, 3 bombs. Wasn't that, it was JD, Mookie, and Pierce?
Definitely Piers.
Had to be Pierce.
Was it Xander,
Let's
not
see.
Mookie? Could have been Mookie.
No, Mookie, that was like the one Mookie home run. It was Steve Pierce. Steve Pierce hit 2, but one was in the 8th inning off Baez. Mookie and JD. Yep.
The anti-John Lester.
Red Sox lose 5-0.
Yeah, they did lose that 1-5. Yeah, no one gives a fuck about that game. That was on me.
Yeah.
I served my time.
We're
Couldn't
past
care
that.
less. Yeah, we're past.
You
that
took
shit.
the suspension.
Yeah, took a little
Bueller's
suspension for it.
velo still up, like more than a tick. I
That's
think this
cool.
is gonna stick.
He did not.
Didn't know what he was doing there. Bueller's velo. I'm like, oh, okay, see. There you go.
Was that? Was it Fleming? Someone was like, "Why would you throw that pitch again?" When I think
Ugh.
it was
Austin
Austin Riley.
Riley.
Yeah, he threw
Back-to-back
what like
breaking
a,
balls.
yeah, like inside, hammered one, went. I think it was on the radio call with Will, and he's like, "Why would you do that?"
Don't do that.
Hammered one down the line. It was like foul by an inch.
Yeah.
Would have been a home run, and then it was like, "I'm going back to that pitch," and
Check
just
this shit
crushed
out.
it. Homer. Yeah, that's why Will's the best. Is because he is a professional broadcaster, has the broadcaster voice. Because like there's
Oh.
some broadcasters where it's like, all right, yeah, you're a former player, you don't exactly have the broadcaster voice. Will has the broadcaster voice with the ability to see things that a player would like. Because Jerry Remy used to be able to see things before they would happen, or be able to see, like, if you're watching the game, you're not necessarily seeing everything unless it's pointed out by a broadcaster. Like, perfect example, when Rafaela missed the bunt sign and Cora was just tearing his fucking ass apart. Like, Will saw all that in real time and was narrating it as it was happening. It wasn't like a revisionist, I went back and saw this thing. But then he also can vocalize how the fan feels, because he is a fan, but he'll say it in a professional voice, but say it how a fan would say it. So it's the perfect fucking combo for what I want out of my like regional broadcast.
His delivery for that is always perfect. He had one like Verdugo
Alex
was here.
Verdugo was running, hustling down the line. First time we've seen that in probably 3 or 4 years.
We never saw
2-2.
that here. That's interesting. Olsen steps into the box. Like, he'll just kind of drop them in there as they go along. But you're totally right with the predictions. I mean, they had one with Ref Snyder when that game that blew up, the 19-run game, it wasn't quite over yet. And they were like, oh, this swing right here, this could really end it. The literal next pitch is a home run. It's like when you're around the
hates
game,
when we
when
try
you're
to do his voice, by the way. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Will.
So I'm just
That's
going to keep
the
doing it.
It's the best I
gonna
can
do it
do. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's the best
Go ahead.
will. I don't know.
Yeah, give me
I
some
thought
more.
I'd say-
Friday,
I'm not going
I
to
thought-
get it right.
overall Friday, watching on Apple TV in full HD with Lou, Middlebrooks, and Fleming was the
yes.
best experience listening
Yep.
to a baseball game I've
Yes.
had since Eck left the booth.
Yes.
That's the best thing
So-
they offer with the radio call.
Yes. So it's, Apple TV is on Fridays. They only do it on Fridays thus far. And more often than not, we're at the game if it's a Friday. So I haven't had a ton of Apple TV experience, but for this game, I was at Kowloon, had the game on my phone, and saw that people could switch the broadcast to, no disrespect to Rossi, I love Rossi, but like the fact that you could put Lou and Will on the call, and the fact that it was synced up. Because other broadcasts, like you switch to like the radio one and it's like not synced up or whatever. Like I'm used to like driving in my car and having the game on my phone, but then I'm listening on the radio and it's not synced up. So being able to have a viewing experience where you can listen to the radio call and it's synced up with the video, what a delight. What a treat. What a treat Friday was.
Rossi had a line again. We haven't had an Apple TV game in ages, so I forgot about the radio option. Now I'm pissed hearing that too, because I'm like, that would have been way better. Even though
so good,
Rossi is really good, but he had a line that I'd never heard before of like a baseball lingo thing, where he said he's trying to drive runs in when they're on the pillows, and I was like, the pillows. I kind of like calling bases pillows. I never would have thought that was a thing, but if it's coming from Rossi, then like people must say that. I think I'm just gonna steal that take because it's not even a take, just a baseball verbiage thing. But yeah, Will's the best, man. I mean, I know we're obviously close with Will. Steve? I hadn't heard pillows. I had not heard pillows. Yeah. Hand up. I had not heard
when you said it, I'm pretty sure the only person that I've heard it from is Dallas, but I have heard it.
Okay. That does feel like a Dallas line.
Yeah.
But I remember when Will would be Will's just hilarious because like he'll say something, he knows exactly where the line is, I think, of what he should say on the air, how he should deliver it. But, when I'd be in the EEI booth a little bit here and there a couple years ago, he was the best because he'd just keep it so real after the inning. What the fuck was that guy doing? But he won't say that, obviously, on the call. He'll wait. And we're back after this from the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you believe what we just saw?
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's the GOAT. He's just so good at like knowing where the line is for each call.
That's a
shout out to Will.
For me, I thought the story homer with Will, how electric that was, and the excitement behind that compared to Story clearing the bases in the first inning on the TV broadcast today, made you realize the difference between someone who's invested, who cares, who wants to see the Red Sox win in all those different ways, and is excited to see them
who watches the Red Sox on days he's not working.
That's a big thing as well. Like
who does his homework, by the way, and is talking to guys in the field before the games.
Yeah, I saw. What picture was that? It was Cora talking to JD Drew in the dugout. And you had Will and Will were in the dugout as well.
Always there. Will, we're going to keep blowing you here. Every pregame that I watch, anytime they do those cuts to break of showing guys in the field, Will and Lou are always down there. They're down there before every single game, getting info. And then you can kind of tell when they use that info on the broadcast. I mean, half the time they'll just straight up say, I was talking to so-and-so and this is how he's feeling. But yeah, that's kind of what's required for the job. So it's good that we got that guy.
We haven't done that yet this year.
What's that?
We've been
the
to
field.
games.
Yeah, we haven't been down there. Yeah, Jaron reminds me every fucking day.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we got to get the whole, like, look who it is. We just got to get that out of the way.
We got to get it out of the way. We got to get it out of the way. Is it?
At least we got to get
these guys in here. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we got to get the first out of the way before the All-Star break.
I mean, he's become way closer with a guy that I just met for the first time that I'm now a huge fan of because I didn't know much about him, Tommy Guarino. Is that how you say his last name? Guarino?
Guarino, yeah.
Yeah. Nicest dude ever. I feel like he's tied with Jaron now. They're besties, and Jaron's like, fuck you, Steve, you bag of dicks. But I hate Jaron, though.
Yeah, you should fight him.
I can't wait. That first time we're on the field, I'll punch him in his head. He's sucked. Like, he's been really bad recently because he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll probably turn it around, maybe. I don't know. 0 for 14 in that series.
Yeah, just had to point that out, huh?
Yeah, wasn't that great. But they still won the series. Raffy wasn't that great either, honestly, if we're going to keep it.
Well, he had that big hit in the first game. That was kind of like had that game on ice.
He went 3 for 25 combined. Today. That was tough.
Yeah, if he doesn't double today, I think we're still playing that game.
Credit to Cello, by the way, getting that walk there to load the bases for the best hitter on the team, Trevor Story.
Oh, brother, what?
What?
Did we highlight his moment with the catch?
Oh, wow.
Dude, that was sexy, bro. That shit was sexy as fuck. There's no other way to describe it.
Do we have the will call for that? I'm sure that was great. I haven't heard that yet.
The what now?
The will call for the catch? I did not hear such a thing.
I think I have it on my Twitter.
Did you tweet it, T?
Yep.
And it has the will call on it?
Yeah, it's only like 14 seconds, but it's the play.
That's all we need.
Yeah,
I think you tweeted out.
I did. I tweeted yours, so I'll find it right now. What?
I am going to talk right now because Jared is looking for something, and we make sure that we talk.
The security guard being like,
don't mean knowing it.
1-2. Shot down the left field line. What a play by
Marcelo Meyer diving back to his right. He just took extra bases away with a fist bump.
That was great. I've never seen anything like that where you got the lady cop like, damn, son. Like she's looking at him like, how you doing, man? What's going on? I don't think I've ever seen that in a baseball game before. That gift's going to last for a long time.
I hope she's single because there's going to be someone very upset if that's not the case. Yeah.
Because we'll probably use that for a while too. So it's like, stop putting this gif out there. That's my wife.
Yeah, that's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Memorialized. No, that means someone's dead.
Demoralizing?
No.
Demoralizing.
I don't know. Anyways, this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think about your favorite leaders, mentors, and idols. They don't have all the answers, but they do know when to ask questions or seek support from their community. In a society that glorifies hyper-independence, it's easy to forget that we're all better when we have a system that can support us. Therapy can be a source of support for any area of your life. It's time to shift the focus from doing it all to knowing that we're better when we ask for help. I missed therapy the last session. What the hell did I cancel for? I forget, but I canceled and I absolutely should not have done that. That was a mistake. So I'm going to have to make that one up. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/rocket today, and that'll get you 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rocket.
Jared, what was your reaction when Marcelo caught that ball?
Oh, shit.
Was there anything? It was just that. That was it.
Well, I was at Kowloon, so I was like hammering wings and what I have? Pork fried rice, blue moons, chicken fingers, and what else did I have? I've never had a crab rangoon before. Is that crazy?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Don't like
cream
it.
cheese.
You don't like cream cheese?
No, I have a weird texture thing to it.
Oh. Where did that
It'd be funny, like, I've never had pizza. Sauce.
There's certain just ways things feel that it doesn't work.
No, I know
for
what
me.
texture
I don't
means.
Put it in my mouth.
So you're not like a bagel guy?
No, I like bagels plain.
Oh,
I've never had cream cheese on a bagel either.
That's crazy.
What?
I have cream cheese and cheese raviolis.
Okay, so that's like an Italian rangoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And wouldn't that be ricotta?
No, it's cream cheese.
Okay. All right. The Italian way of cheese in it. You cream it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, cream it up. You've never had cream cheese on a bagel. This little cinnamon sugar bagel, cream cheese. Oof.
Ooh,
Toasted.
I like cinnamon sugar, though.
Cinnamon sugar's good.
Yeah.
Every Saturday we used to get them from Dunks. I was like, you just got to get to Saturday, watch Recess, and then have the cinnamon sugar bagels.
Oh. Like Texas Roadhouse, you mean?
I guess. I'm not super versed in Roadhouse. Outside of when we went in Texas, the original.
Fucked, dude. Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna.
cinnamon butter. The cinnamon butter at Texas Roadhouse is
They sell that
delicious.
now. They sell it
They
at
what?
Walmart. They sell it at Walmart.
I didn't know that.
Got a tub in my fridge as we speak.
Dude, Walmart's
What?
got everything. They got movie reviews. What do you got, T?
Has anyone ever got like the fake Raising Cane sauce at any of these supermarkets? What does that taste like?
I've not got it.
I've got
I've
the
never been to
Chick-fil-A
Raising
sauce
Cane's.
that they sell. I haven't seen the Cane's one.
I tried to convince myself to buy it the other day, but I couldn't. I couldn't get across the finish line.
You lost to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I brought it up to the register, but when I got to the register, it just fell.
So you
I
put
just,
it-
I just couldn't do it. I got there and I was like, this isn't me. I can't have this.
I just didn't know when I was going to use it.
You brought it. Wait, you then brought it back, T?
No,
No,
I
you left it up front.
did.
I
I used to work in a supermarket.
Okay.
that gives
you
you a
worked at
pass to just be a
Jordan's
dick at a
I
supermarket.
get it. I get it. I understand
I
it.
can eat
I know
some of
what
the
goes into it.
grapes. I used to work.
He just goes
here.
into supermarkets, just fucking throws stuff around. I used to work at one of these. I can
I
be
know
an
the
ass.
lingo.
Listen, I handed it to the register.
Okay,
or the
that's
person
different.
running the
That's
cashier.
different. I thought you left.
He
it
would
in,
walk
like,
behind the
chip.
deli and just be grabbing slices of cheese. Shut the fuck up. I used to work at a grocery store.
I just told her, I go, oh, I think I grabbed the wrong
Shut
sauce.
the
Can you
fuck
take
up,
this?
dude. I used to
I
work
can
at
do
one of
this.
these.
I was at a Star Market. Get the
Yeah, I
fuck
worked at a
outta
I was a
market
cart pusher.
basket. Clean this the fuck up.
here. He's
That's
just
great.
eating chips and just putting them back. Shut
Yeah.
up.
It's a dangerous job being out there. A lot of people don't realize that, especially in a storm.
The cart guy? That doesn't look
Yes.
fun by any.
No.
I'm not doubting it. That looks like one of the worst jobs ever.
People are driving. They don't give a fuck about your life. They don't value you. They don't care
He's
what's going
just
to happen.
slamming the milk. Shut up.
Yeah.
Fuck on.
Oh, fine.
Shut
Yo, I need to show you
up.
my
I can do this.
lady.
Yeah. My Star Market card, you fucking prick.
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
Just
Get
eating
off my
donuts.
ass.
Cutting a watermelon in two. Would you shut the fuck up?
Only tea.
Red Sox win 5-1.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Garrett Crochet, huh?
Oof.
I feel like we don't deserve this guy. We do, but we
No.
don't. Like we do. Like we do.
I think, yeah, we do.
They
we do.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we deserve this. I don't know that they deserve this because they're again, it's too early to say that, no playoffs, no nothing. But let's just say hypothetically they don't make the playoffs. It would disgust me to waste this season. Like the way that he 7 innings, couple walks, 12 strikeouts, which I think was that one short of a career high or ties a career high? What is it, T? Ties a career high?
Season high, just one short of a career high.
Got it. Okay. So to see him once again punching someone out to finish another dazzling outing, get his ERA under 2 for the season, they do win the game, which is great because they don't
Huge.
often do that when he pitches, and he pitches awesome. So nice to get over 500 with Garrett Crochet and his sub-2 ERA on the fucking
7 and
mound.
6, baby.
Nice to get one game over with that guy. But that's why it's like, we deserve this. I don't know that they deserve this because they've let this guy down so many times this year. But it's good to see him punch out another dude to finish off another great outing, to get his ERA under 2 and be statistically the favorite for Cy Young in the American League right now?
Because we pushed Scooble's shit in, I would assume so. Like that's where we
Fried, right? I mean, Fried would be up there.
Fried.
but-
Freed
Well, he just got
sucks,
lit
though.
on.
Yeah, he
Up there,
blows.
right?
Right, I forgot. He
Yeah,
blows.
dude.
He blows. He
Yeah.
blows.
the fuck up.
That's not
I
going
just
to
didn't-
last, though.
No, it sucks. He sucks. I didn't
Yeah.
think he was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna get the 7th inning. Honestly, when he came out there, it's like, is it gonna be one hitter? And that's when he said in the post game, he's like, if I'm going back out, I want to get all these guys. You can just sense it with Crochet. Like there's momentum that builds with him at the end of starts where he knows his job and he's just gonna do it. It's like, I need to strike these guys out, and since I'm an ace, I'm gonna do it. It reminds me, maybe a dumb comparison, but it reminds me like the Monsters Inc. Scream cans where he's just like
that's
building
what the
it.
Monsters Inc. Scream can. I was going to say
Exactly. It's like he's building up the scream juice, Jerry, and then when he gets the
Yes.
last strikeout, he just lets it all out, flips out, and again,
Yeah.
he's then earned his week of dugout celebrations.
Yes.
I don't know what more you can say
Ugh.
about the guy, but
Stole
Jared,
that from me. Yeah.
we do deserve
thought
him.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
And we thought that, and we do deserve
we
him. Let's
deserve
remind
it.
ourselves.
We deserve
this.
it. We deserve it.
I would.
Throwing
I
the
would like to-
fastball first pitch too, doubling down.
Oh,
I'm a
that's-
big fan of that. Just like fuck you.
I
like
laughed.
you can't hit me. Good luck to you,
That's,
buddy.
that's
I-
still one of the dumbest things going that he keeps saying he's going to do that. He just
It's
does
just-
it.
I audibly
It's a
laughed.
guy who's a dog though, who believes in his shit.
But he
guess.
also, it was paint. It was like it was down and in. It was right on the corner. Yes, it was a fastball. I think it was like 96. So it's like, yeah, he's
97.
And I think Acuna swung.
Acuna ripped it
Fouled
to the
it,
left.
I
Like
think,
he
right?
basically went right to the dugout. Like that was a guy that knew a heater was coming. But hey, it was strike one.
Known
Yeah.
truth teller, Garrett Crochet. Like, he's not out there fibbing. He's just giving you honest
Never lied.
gas.
Never
I would
lies.
like to propose a rule change for Major League Baseball because a lot of fans do miss like what Zach Littell just threw a complete game. Like it's just so rare when people throw a complete game. But when he comes off the mound in the 7th, he then has to sit for any amount of time if he even were to come back. I think if a team is up, they should be able to just say, you know what? Yeah, we registered those 3 outs. We want our guy to stay in. We don't want him to get cold. We don't want him to sit. So you're just still up, Atlanta Braves. It's now the 8th for you. And if you happen to tie it, we can get those outs back. Like we can store those like squirrels in the winter. We store those outs. But if we just win, if we just go 9 straight outs here because we don't want to take our guy off the bump, yeah, you're gone. You're done. We beat you. We don't need more runs. We've already won that.
I love this. I think this is incredible. Well, especially with the Red Sox lineup, of course. Yeah, I'd rather just try our luck with the pitcher out there, especially Crochet, over the Sox lineup doing everything. Did you guys think? I honestly thought this, and this isn't just like revisionist history here. When Story drove in those 3 runs, there was a big part of me that's like that might actually be it. There's a chance that they don't score the rest of the game because they do seem to do this a lot. I didn't think it was really going to happen, but the longer the game went on, it's like, oh no, three's all. We're going to have to keep them at 1 or else they're going to lose.
And the strikeout stuff's getting better as the year goes along. Like 20 plus whiffs and back-to-back starts. I think he was 1 shy of his best ever in his career. Stats had a good tweet today. They're showing pitchers over the last, I think, 25 years that had 20 plus whiffs. And it's Chris Sale, James Paxton for 2023 making an appearance, Pedro Martinez. It's the greatest arms that have been on the Red Sox this century.
There were a couple of very strange names on there.
But for a majority, like you saw the repeats,
Yeah,
it was the
for sure.
Pedros, the Sales, those kind of guys. I just look at Garrett Crochet and it's going to be a fucking insult. Every year that you're not in the playoffs and he's on your roster, he's going to waste. You're not taking advantage. And this is going to be one of the best pitchers for the next half century, maybe even beyond that. But you look at what he's doing beyond the ERA and the FIP, first in innings pitched and strikeouts right now. So highest workload, missing the most bats. That's what you dream for at the top of your rotation. I am, not worried is probably the wrong word, but you're going to have to balance this over the course of a full season here. And we've already seen them do it once. I am very cautiously excited to see what it looks like in August and September when he's kind of entering those danger zones that he's never been in before. Because I do think that shows you more of who a guy is. But if this aggression and this kind of hunger is already a sign of that, he should excel even in those moments. He feels like someone who's going to show up if you needed him to come out of the bullpen in Game 7.
He would do anything.
He had already made 2 starts. He's going to go throw 101 and fucking scream his head off and go nuts. Like
he would do the Bumgarner thing, big time.
Exactly.
The Sale thing.
That energy. Sale.
Yeah. Little different because of how that whole postseason went, but yeah, no, definitely.
Sure. Maybe we've never seen him in the postseason yet.
It's true.
Can't just give him Bumgarner. That's crazy.
No, I know. That's I'm just saying, like, he wouldn't be stunned if he pulled that off. Yeah, just handing him that's a little wild. He's obviously going to do the Bumgarner thing and just like pitch a million innings.
Fucking Christy Mathewson all over again. What are you talking about?
What the hell are you saying? He gives us a lot of our juice back for what we do. Like watching Crochet, it's like, okay, this is why we do this. Like, this is why we put so much time into this, because we have this guy and he kind of makes you feel happy as a fan, even if it's just once every 5 days. I'm just Jerry, I think your tweet nailed it. We enjoy this. We're cherishing this. We're not, taking this for granted. Like, this is a very important baseball thing to have this guy on your team. And I don't think we're looking past that.
I would just hate the Chris Sale comparison all the time. Imagine if Chris Sale's 2017 season happened in 2018 instead, I would hate if it's like, all right, we get this unbelievable season from Garrett Crochet. It's like, I wish we could pick this up and drop it in the year that they're actually ready to go out and win a World Series, because it's still fun to watch every 5th day, but I just want it to mean something at the end of the day.
It's still a foundational year for him too, though. Like, he's not like Chris Sale was when we established. He was an established ace when we got Chris Sale. Crochet stacking this year on top of last year. Like he's hitting a lot of check marks that are going to pay dividends down the road. So
yeah, he's
far.
still in those White Sox years. I know he's not there, but he's still in those years technically right now.
It's just when you sit there and think about what it would be like at this point in the year if you hadn't paid him. Holy fucking shit. The price at this point, like it would be so through the roof, it wouldn't even be funny. Like just comparing him to Chris Sale in that 2017 season, through 13 starts, it was a 2.97 ERA and a 1.87 FIP in 91 innings, 9.7 K per nine, 1.3 walk per nine, 0.5 home run per nine. For Crochet, it's a 1.98 ERA and a 2.68 FIP, 82 innings pitched, 11 K per nine, 2.8 walk per nine, and 0.7 home run per nine.
Like, you see what the Royals just did?
What did they just do?
What?
I said, did you see what the Royals just did?
No, my what was like, oh, they called him up. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It's typically what you do when you have like a really good prospect, you
That's
call him up.
Kind of an insane day to do it though. Like they're in the same spot we are.
I don't really feel like the Super 2 thing means that much to them. I think it's just the first or second Rookie of the Year thing. Because like the Super 2 thing, don't get me wrong, it's another year arbitration. The price is going to go up. We get how that system goes. But like the money difference there shouldn't be anything that a team or an organization like the Red Sox should.
It shouldn't. I completely agree. It clearly is what they're doing though.
I think they're more worried about first or second Rookie of the Year because there's no one who looks like a favorite to finish second. If you were to call Anthony up today, it's Carlos Narvaez. He would be second in Rookie of the Year voting right now.
I mean, there's a lot of guys.
Sure.
There's a lot. It feels like 4 years in a row now. There have been strong rookies coming up across both leagues.
I think the NL is just such a better class. At least they're performing better. And that's not saying plenty of these guys could wake up fucking in the second half like a Jackson Merrill or a Jackson Cherry.
We're still in the first half, friend.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like guys can wake up, but that should be even more of a reason why don't hesitate. Like there's so much to gain in the moment and moving forward by calling Roman Anthony up. Even if he wins second or first or whatever it may be, if he's the player you believe he is and you're not going to make the Mookie mistake, then you will have him paid at that point in time. Whatever that number is, you will step up and meet it to make sure you don't get to that spot. Even if it is a massive overpay, like it was, Jackson Merrill after 1 year or whatever, like if that's the piece that can come up and not only make your team better and keep you afloat when you're saying it's time to win now, you can also make sure he takes those bumps. So for 2026, you hit the fucking ground running. And whatever this year, if it becomes wasted, you're able to accept that because 2026 isn't another year where, well, yeah, some guys are into that next phase, but a lot of these other guys are still trying to figure it out and work through it and, be big leaguers on a everyday basis.
But next week isn't going to make the difference between that.
No, I would have called them up a month ago.
I would have called them up opening day, of course. We can only deal with what they have picked. Time,
like a week or two, one way or the other, like you're just continuing to push and kick the can down the road. Like he should be up here already.
Sure.
You're going to wait another 2 weeks at this point just to do it. Like,
it's not even. It's literally a week. Clegg had the date.
I'm not even speaking Super 2. I'm just talking about burning time so he can't win Rookie of the Year. Like this week would be the Super 2 deadline, like at some point over the next 7 days.
Right. Yeah.
But if like the Royals don't give a fuck about Super 2, that's an organization that should give a fuck about Super 2. They are the prime organization for that.
For sure. And Caglianone's what, a year and a half older than Roman Anthony. Obviously was in playing for Florida at this point a year ago. So he accelerated through, but Nick Kurtz got called up before him. The Angels call up anyone from last year yet? I know they didn't call up Christian Moore yet.
No.
Kurtz and who? Is that it? From last year's class?
Even he's been going through it a bit.
Well, he's hurt now.
Yeah. Let me see.
I will say real quick, I do feel for Nate Eaton because he didn't really deserve any of that. It's like he gets called up and it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
I felt
like,
bad
that's
about
not
that.
Your fault.
Yeah, it's like, the dude's getting his call up and everyone's like, fuck you, dude. Like,
you suck. It's like, what did I do?
Someone, I don't know if T saw it. Someone said he probably had a June 1st opt out. So that's why he got called up.
Yeah.
Well, when you look at once Romy comes up, it becomes pretty hard to figure out where he's going to fit on the roster. So was this their way of saying, come up, you're on the 40-man before we kick you back down there? Like, but if Romy comes up, where does he play? Like where you're going to face some lefties here. Is this just to buy you a couple days until he's essentially ready to come off the IL? Because now you're seeing it with them waiting, and they like Toro. Romy and Toro will platoon at first base. They love Romy Gonzalez. Christian Campbell at second. Trevor Story's bought himself a couple more weeks, it seems, and
Big
Marcelo
time.
Meyer at third base. It was a lot different when Bregman was here, and they started playing Meyer at second base almost every day at that point. When Campbell started playing first base, because that was the lane for it. That lane really isn't there until Bregman's ready to come back.
Hey, if Bregman never got hurt, Meyer wouldn't have got called up until they DFA'd Story. That's what they
more
would've done.
likely than not. But it did feel like with the second base stuff that they were gearing that up as a. Maybe,
I don't disagree with that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I agree, Story's leash would have been much shorter.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it would have been a lot of people just wanting Meyer to come up for Campbell and just swap their spots. Honestly, if Story had started like doing this to some degree, again, it's one series, but that's probably what the discussion would have been.
Bregman got hurt so far before that, and Story's. It's because Story, even like the play he made, was that when Weissert was on the mound, or when what's his name came in?
Yeah, in the ninth. Yeah,
like
there's no range.
No, but even like the quick spin wasn't a move he had like a week ago. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have that either.
Also, even on the Toro play, like kind of bailed him out. If Toro doesn't keep his foot on that bag, man, like people are crapping on Trevor Story and saying the defense.
Oh, for sure. I was at a wedding, like ready to go to tied in the eighth, like just watching the score, like, oh boy, here we go. Like this is the most tied in the eighth the game will ever be.
No tie in the eighth this weekend is actually stunning considering how this series went. I think the Red Sox, like runs wise, won this series 8-7, which is what this, like, if they win series, that's what they have to do right now. They have to have a score that would be like one game for a lot of other teams. It's like, no, you got to hold the opposing team to 7 and you score like 8 or 9, and that's a win 2 out of 3. But I don't know how long they can keep doing that.
It's going to get tough, man, with Justin Slayton now out for 2 weeks. And, you hope it's only 2 weeks. Like, it was terrifying watching this bullpen try to get through nights, and they've performed pretty well for the most part. I think they're 11th in ERA right now. But
Jerry?
That's a sneaky big IL stint. Jerry?
Sneaky big.
Does anyone else here think that the Red Sox should have just DFA'd Hendricks instead of stashing him on the injured list?
Yeah. That was
I think he might have been concerned that was about to happen, and all of a sudden the
He's
body
like, I'm
started
hurt.
Barking. Yep.
I mean, he was hobbling for like a couple of weeks.
A week
I feel
ago.
like, yeah.
It's not like if the Red Sox DFA'd him, it's not like no team would have taken a flyer on him. So it's not like he needed the work. And if he's unhappy here, he keeps complaining about his usage.
Well,
why would you try to prevent a DFA? Just go somewhere else if that's what you want to do.
That's a good point. From what he said, I mean, I don't think he'd be super anti going somewhere else right now.
Yeah.
And trying the rest of this year.
It just makes his usage comments look weird. It's like clearly you're dealing with something you're not right.
You've been hurt for a month, but you're begging to be used more.
And your stuff was down. Like, you haven't performed up to what you need to. Like, what box do you check where you deserve more outings? If anything, it sounds like the organization was trying to take care of you and let you get a little bit more right before they threw you to the wolves.
Yeah, that was an easy DFA.
I still like the guy.
No,
Great guy.
Section 10 alum.
Every person, like, I don't know. I'd love for every player to be great on the team and for us to like him. That's just not how it's going to go. Like, some guys are going to be great guys, not good at the sport anymore. Like, obviously, he was really good. He got very hurt. He beat cancer. Like, I'm not shocked he's not in his peak right now. Like, it sucks because we could use the arm, but yeah, I can't just keep doing it. Like, it's over. I apologize, pal. It's just over.
He has multiple hernias. Like,
yeah,
that's not something that's just going to magically get better or improve. Like, you need to go have surgery and get those taken care of, and then maybe, who knows what you look like on the other side.
Like, T obviously hates Bobby Dahlbeck, like the person. When I hate a guy because he sucks, I just hate that he sucks. I don't hate them as like human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is important to say that they got a lot of good dudes in the team. It always makes it easier to hate when it's like, this guy's an asshole. I know a lot of people have. Yeah, exactly. Well, that he's just a prick. But no, you look down the roster, and we've had different seasons of Section 10 where it's like, that guy kind of sucks, and you don't really want to root for him that much. I'm sure a lot of people have opinions about the closer, but again, overall, the roster, good
I
dudes.
feel like Red Sox fans have just moved right along with 44. They're like,
Yeah,
Most
they
have. I kind of saw that coming too. Not to be like called it, but like once he was going to be a good closer, if that was going to happen, it's like, yeah, you just kind of.
But if he
Well, if he
blows
sucked, that's-
3
people
saves
would
in
be
a
like,
week,
yeah, no, I always
look out.
forgot.
Yeah.
But I think most people gave him that blown save. Maybe that's the line. It's like, all right, we'll give you this one, but if you start doing more of this, you
Can't
blow,
become a
and you're a
thing.
terrible
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, the organization also pumps him the hell up across the boards. Whenever anyone who has a chance to talk about Aroldis Chapman is going to tell you how great of a guy he is in the clubhouse and what he means to the younger guys and all that.
Which I
I'm not saying
believe. I don't think they're bullshitting. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not true, but that's just the messaging. So when you hear Cora and whoever always hyping him up, it's going to impact how some people view him. you know?
T, did you get worried about the trade deadline today when the trainers came out?
Yes, I did start thinking, especially because we got the Bob Nightingale report hours earlier that teams are already hovering around the Red Sox, waiting to see when they're going to move Chapman.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because if he keeps this trend of not walking guys like he has, like he really is prime Chapman. That's what he is. Like, that's the player. They have turned the clock. He's, 2019.
Yeah, I'm not looking at other AL closers, but he's got to be in the All-Star discussion at this point.
For sure.
Him, Bueller, the Red Sox bullpen actually has a couple guys.
They got to update his
Justin
Savant
Wilson?
photo. The Savant photo's still on the Yankees. What are we doing here?
I don't know, but either way, that discussion,
I got nothing for that.
Yep.
that
Anywho.
discussion is going to be fascinating, and I hope to God that they're not stuck in the middle. Once they get to the trade deadline, like be definitively bad or definitively in the playoff picture. Don't be where it's like, I mean, if they got a hot couple weeks, then maybe they could get back into it. Like they're not totally out of it. That'll be the worst thing that could happen because they have so many interesting sellable assets on this team. If they do kind of shit their pants in the next month or so, I hope that they're in it. Like I'm not rooting for a juicy yard sale. Like I'm rooting for the playoffs. But if it does get to that point, I mean, they could do some things.
Yeah.
Giolito can be competent. Like that's another one. Just
Bueller.
pitch. Yeah, Bueller will be right up there, especially with the stuff ticking up.
Bueller.
The last time they were faced with that exact scenario, they held on to the guys that didn't even end up keeping.
And then
You
stayed,
can't repeat
they went
2020.
over the luxury tax.
Yes.
That part I
That
don't even
is
care
it.
about. It's more like
2022.
and Heim high key cooked that deadline because he got Willier.
Willier, yeah.
Mm.
That's cooking.
Botching
T.
the luxury tax was really
I don't.
bad.
Again, I'm just talking about the deals he did make. We know he
Oh,
was
no, I
hovering
don't
on the
disagree.
Mets, and we know he wanted Vientos. Like that bat
Mhm.
would have been unbelievable at Fenway. I just still to this day don't understand why he didn't just give them both of them. And I think it's
agree.
because he thought Xander was going to be here long term, and
100%.
he wasn't. So that was a big part of it. But JD, I don't know.
I think he had
That
a
one
deal
was-
with the Dodgers too, and then backed out on that one.
Yeah, there was some backing outs that happened, but the Mets one never got that far. The Mets wisely were like, we don't want to trade this guy.
Who is the Mets deal? Was that Nate?
JD.
Vientos for
Oh.
JD Martinez, yeah.
Oh.
But that's what I mean. I don't know why we weren't just like, hey, take this guy too, because they were in the market for a lot.
Take the money.
Because there was a point where it was going to be Vasquez and JD to the Mets, and then we traded Vasquez to Houston, obviously.
Kind of glad we did that.
It worked. We had Valdez, who was entertaining at the very least.
Pirates legend.
Great.
Valdez, yeah.
spring
Entertaining's a
training
good
guy.
word
Yeah.
He did some
to
things.
use for him. Entertaining doesn't need to imply like good. Like that can
Not at all.
definitely mean bad entertaining.
The only
Speaking of
Valdez-
Willier, they could use a huge month from Willier in June. He could really kind of obviously go to another level. I think he's hitting like 150 the last couple weeks, but not like he's at the top of the problem list. But if it keeps going at this rate, it'll be a little more noticeable.
He's become one of those guys for me, like where I don't really get worried when he's in these
No.
stretches of like
No.
not being good. Because when he gets hot, it's going to be, a player of the month like hot, where it's just 3 weeks, he's hitting everything in friggin' sight like he did in April. It's just, I think, unfortunately, kind of who the player is.
Feels like that's coming. That could be this month, honestly. And they're going to need it. They're going to need multiple guys to get really hot after that Devers spot.
Can't hope Toro and Story will carry you.
Well, you just need someone to play those roles on a game-to-game basis. It doesn't need to be the same guy every night, because when they're bad, no one's doing it. And that's like, all right, well, that can't happen either. It just needs to be somebody. But that's where it's like I view Willier as a perfect like bottom third hitter because of these inconsistencies. When he is hot, yeah, he looks like a 3 hitter, but that's, it's going to even itself out.
Well, especially with this lineup, like when you look at, you get past that 5th spot. So when you get past Raffy, let's be honest, you just don't know what you're going to get. You would rather than that bases loaded AB that finds Story every game be Abreu, where it's like, I'd rather Willier Abreu be up in that situation where it's like, I'm going to feel a lot better about this. If he gets going in like the 6 or 7 spot, that's actually perfect for this lineup.
Right.
And completely changes how a pitcher has to prepare.
Just getting Christian Campbell back to being league average would do fucking wonders.
It'll be massive.
It would change your life.
Well, Stats had another stat. Stat was statting it up today, but he had another one where there were like 4 players last month had the same type of bad luck, like BABIP luck that Campbell did, and it was like it was like Fernando Tatis Jr. It was like several other like really good players in Dalton Varsho.
I forget what the tweet was, but you're right. It was like a bunch of studs, basically. So.
Yeah,
and Campbell, like I'm not terribly worried. He's a rookie, obviously that's a part of it, but did it piss anyone off just because I saw the people tweeting about they felt betrayed and lied to by Alex Cora because they played Abraham Toro at first today and not Christian Campbell, like he had pinky promised us all. Like who goes? Yeah, so, Toro's been playing
also,
better.
Why are we like can't wait for Campbell at first? Like no one's rushing for that. Who cares?
No, my tweet. What did I say? I'm okay with no Christian Campbell at first today since Abraham Toro has been fine over there. But the whole saying we'd see Campbell at first in Atlanta, then not seeing Campbell at first in Atlanta just shows how the Red Sox are truly just winging it every day.
Which is the truth. With the injuries they've had happen, it's whoever can get hot and give the lineup something. That's what Toro was able to do.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. But with the current state of the team, can't you just say that? Can't the consistent thing that they go with be like, hey, we're going to stick with who's hot over there? No one's going to be like, what the hell's up with that? People would agree with that. That's the right way to go about it.
Right.
You don't have a real first baseman. Whoever's going good, they're playing first. Cool.
It'd be different
question.
If Toro was like 0 for his last 15. It's like, all right, yeah, like he had a big game on Friday. We were trying to get Campbell in there at some point, but there was just no, like we have a chance to win a series here, so we're running with our best instead of running an audition for first baseman over there. Like we're not at the point where the season is definitively over and we're having auditions for 2026. Like we are still trying to win games in 2025. So we put the lineup out there that was the best lineup to win in that
especially
situation.
A Crochet start. Don't dick around at a Crochet start. Like something that's been working, let's have a guy that's played first play first. I would rather have that situation in a finale that you desperately needed and they got. Yeah. Even though they didn't really get it in a super great way. What's up?
Lou dropped the line. He was like, back in the day when they'd put me in and Pedro Martinez was pitching, I was like, why the fuck do you put me in when Pedro Martinez is pitching? I don't want to fuck something up. And I was like, that's a great way to frame it. But hell, you go back a week ago, it looked like Nick Sogard was going to be the one who... it looked like Nick Sogard was going to be the guy who came out, on the other side of the platoon whenever Romy came back. Toro got hot for a week, and that was it. That was the whole conversation. That's where they are.
And that Dom Smith's free.
Yeah. Remember when you said you saw the vision or something?
Nick Sogard?
Mm-hmm.
I still do.
Okay.
Hey, as Alex Cora described him, a championship caliber utility player. That's it. That's what Nick Sogard is. Cora said it himself.
Corey said it, so it's true.
Yeah,
that's the kind of guy that's on a championship team.
Alex said it.
Jared, no, you can't reply. Alex
said
it.
Was he not a champion utility player? Was he not?
He was.
Takes one to recognize one.
I've heard Pedro call Ruby De La Rosa the ace of the staff.
I like Nick Sogard. I think Nick Sogard's.
I like Ruby De La Rosa.
Yeah. T, can you please, for the love of God, tell us about Mando?
Of course I can, because I once used to smell like shit every single day in my life. Right, Steve?
Oh, my God. Every time, T. It was one day. It was one. You did smell like shit, though. Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's what I like most about Mando, is that I never have to worry when I'm around Steve anymore if he's going to tell me I smell bad or give me a weird look or a weird, sniff or huff, whatever you want to call it. But the great thing about Mando, the whole body
Steve is just
deodorant.
huffing you.
What am I doing? A sniff or a huff or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
Whatever they
classic
call it.
huff of my buddy.
Of course. Listen, you smell good, I'm going to huff you.
Mhm.
But the great thing about the whole body deodorant, it's safe to use anywhere on your body, pits, balls, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, and feet. The thigh folds part is not in there just because I'm reading it. I promise you that. It was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated, clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. All products are baking soda free, paraben free. Choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. It's clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after the shower, the average man's Grundle odor level was a 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is a 0 out of 10. Want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now? You can find them at Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. For the best deals, go to shopmando.com. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes. The deodorant wipes are clutch, man. Keep those in your car. You ever go out to an event and you're sweating balls? I sweat 24/7. Little wipe down in the parking garage. No one's judging you. No one's looking at you weird. And when you walk in, they'll be happy that you did it. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code SECTION10 at shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
I think that's your best one yet, T. That was great.
Yeah, that was strong. That was strong to quite strong, T.
I'm improving.
Big time. That's all we asked for.
I'm coachable. Sometimes.
You did a good job, T.
I try.
Good job, T.
Oh, shout out Greg Weissert. Deserves a lot of love.
I was about to ask, are we
Fuck
sure
out.
at this stage of the season,
Yep.
Slayton to Weissert's that big of a downgrade?
Yes. I think Justin Slayton is very elite. I think with Greg Weissert, the worry is that the workload catches up to him again. I think the stuff alone, we know he can succeed at the big level. We've seen him do it when he's been fresh. It's just, are you going to run him into the ground when he's thrown 25 innings already? He's up to 26 outings this year. Like, he's going to get close to 80 with that pace. Like, you need to kind of make sure you're not killing these guys.
What was he last
I
year?
think
Like 65? Like
he got up to 62 last year.
Yeah. So I don't
Well, he burnt out last year. We lost him for a large
in
chunk
the middle of
the
the season. Yeah, exactly.
And
like
you
but
can't
he
do
has
that
this
this year.
streak. He's a very streaky pitcher. So right now, if he's going to pitch
Most
like he did
relievers are.
today, then yeah, I think we can survive the 2 weeks Slayton's down. It's more what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of those times Weissert was the one getting you through the 7th inning before you got to the 8th inning. So
Sure.
it's making up those other spots and hoping that the other guys that are getting opportunities can do something. Luis Guerrero coming back up, thrilled about that. Like, hopefully he can step up and solidify himself, and you're in a better place when Slayton comes back. But I do think losing Slayton is a pretty significant loss for them.
You talk about wearing down a reliever. I feel like every single game, Bernie's coming in. It's you see that bullpen cam. I'm like, I know who's warming up. You don't have to tell me. Like, Brendan Bernardino is coming into this game. Credit to him, man. I mean, he's got a 1.52 this year. He's bound to be worn down if he keeps going at this rate. I believe it's the most appearances by anybody in May. I think you had that, T.
Correct.
But
16.
yeah, it's, I expect him to get rocked more than he has. Of course, he had that tough outing when we were there at Fenway, and he was walking everybody. But still, that's, shout out to you, Bernie, because they're pitching him literally every other day. It's wild.
And if Whitlock, had a decent outing that first Friday, it was good, but he still wasn't able to get through the 2 innings like you kind of hoped. Like, you're going to be looking at the likes of Whitlock and Weissert and Wilson, and those are big spots for them, but someone has to now cover up what you don't have.
Wilson, I trust Wilson.
It's very good. He's been great.
He's been super reliable. Same with Weissert.
It's just when these starters are only going 4 2/3, someone needs to pitch the 6th and 7th inning. And that's where you run into it over and over again.
The way
Cutter Crawford's coming back,
the way for the starters to get more innings is just give up 5 runs quick. And then Cora will let you go 6, 7 innings like he did with Bueller.
Yeah. If your earned runs are early, you're pitching
23 or 2 or something.
It's like, well, we're already lost, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. If you've given the game up, you're going at least 6. That's basically Cora's mentality. But if it's a close game, 4 2/3 every time. Don't even
simple.
question me. It's his mentality. Now, there's going to be some outings. We'll have some pods coming up here in this 2-week stretch that Slayton's out where it's like, would have loved Slayton in that position, and you'll notice his absence more than you would some of these other guys.
Fair.
Like, even looking down at, like, Worcester for options, it's like Zach Kelly, if you need another fresh arm.
I'm all set.
Penrod, he's still battling himself back. Chris Murphy in that same camp. Like,
What's the deal with Penrod?
he just made it back.
They
He's
just started pitching
trying to
again.
build up.
Song, there's no Song made more appearances, obviously not in Worcester, but has he pitched more than Penrod?
Yes, I believe he's had 4 outings now. All
So that's how
scoreless.
far away he is, Jared. He's pitched less than Noah Song in Big 2025.
To be fair, Penrod's actually in AAA, though.
No, but for sure different. But to be fair,
Where's
one of
Noah
those guys
Song right
was
now?
in Iraq last year.
Oh, no, Penrod's up to 7 outings right now.
Okay.
Where is
little
Noah
bit more.
Song right now?
His last outing was
Single
in
A.
Salem.
Salem.
And that was today, though. After
Yeah,
striking
Zach-
out Yoshida in the FCL last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so just accurately here, Penrod's only thrown 3. So he's on the
Okay.
same as
All
Noah
right.
Song.
Was anyone upset knowing our bullpen? And I understand the Reds and Dodgers had completed a trade in the offseason. GMs like to trade with GMs they've already traded with. But when a guy like Alexis Diaz just gets dealt for largely nothing, we're supposed to have this factory here. We know what that guy can do. Was anyone else just like, we can't get in the mix there? Again, it may have only been a one-team call.
I wanted them in the mix over the offseason. I would have been trying to jump there for some time.
Him,
'cause it felt like
Doval,
they've been
couple
down.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Doval just took the 9th inning back over in San Francisco.
The Clark's Ketchup Series MVP brought to you by Clark's Ketchup Drizzle. That ketchup. It's been months, I think, since the last time we awarded ketchup to anybody, or at least it feels that way. But oddly enough, it doesn't feel wrong. Like, it's not like anticlimactic ketchup. It's kind of like redemption ketchup. Like, we're not at the point yet where we're saying they're back. Here come the Sox. No, but this is the first building block, hopefully, of what can be the Red Sox climbing back into contention for a playoff spot. That's all I'm hoping for. Don't ruin my fucking summer, because it already feels like you did. But if you can put this on top of this used to be my AAU coach. He was like, if you could put this on top of this, and then put it on top of this, and then this, and then you get this. I'm like, I see the vision. I fuck with that. I fuck with the vision, coach. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just trying to put this on top of this with a series win against.
And summer doesn't really start till like June 1st. Like, this is summer, basically. I know like the real date, but you can't ruin the summer. Like, we're here now. Now they can ruin it, but they can also make it great. It's in their hands.
Great, yeah.
Summer. You guys don't know that reference because you're not cool.
Oh, okay.
People in the chat
You know
will.
what? Shut the fuck up, dude. You just almost caught one right there.
People in the chat will know.
I could tell you were thinking about it. You're like, not quite worth getting tossed.
Yeah.
Jake, do you know the reference?
I think we got
Jake.
votes to get to.
Okay.
Also,
You're a
Jake.
bum,
Who
too.
the fuck? Jake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who's
sorry,
Jake,
Jake.
dude?
Well, what the call says today.
Oh no. Well, he obviously stole Jake's shit.
Yeah, he's been in
How
Jake's
do you think?
room.
You think we invited him here, or do you think
I fuck
that
with Cake.
Oh.
Cake's been.
That was worthy.
Yeah, nobody
Jeez.
fucks with Cake. Cake
Guy
sucks.
blows. Come on, man.
Yeah. Cake sucks, dude. But I'm excited. You know what? Here's a vibe check for the listeners at home. All the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP votes got submitted without me having to ask. That means that the fellas are like, let's fucking go. Like, let's
Itching.
Yeah. People are itching for that ketchup. So that's exciting. To the voting we go. First vote for Clark's Ketchup Series MVP goes to me. It's Trevor Story. Finally a home run. A game-winning, bases-loaded, bases-clearing, 3-run double that went off the top of the fucking wall and was damn near a grand slam. To actually provide some run support for Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet said, get on my back, fellas. Hop on my dick, as he says.
That's his thing.
So a big packet goes to Garrett Crochet, but they don't win this series without the heroics of Trevor Story. Steven?
Yeah, the odds for this guy to win a Clark's Ketchup Series MVP at any point the rest of his life, I think we're at plus 5,000 entering this series. He had 5 of the team's 8 RBIs this weekend. The game-winning swings in both of the Red Sox wins. Obviously, like you mentioned, Jerry, multiple packets to Garrett Crochet for that ridiculous outing. They needed every pitch. They needed every K. They needed every out, especially in some tough runners in scoring position situations that were not really his fault on some dinkers. Packet to Abraham Toro, who hit 545 in this series. Sox only had 5 extra base hits in the series. Story had a couple of them. 2 RBI homer, 3 RBI double. Probably should have been a grand slam. Packet to Marcelo Meyer for his great catch in Game 1 and drawing that walk before the bases clearing hit by Story. But either way, Mike Clark's Ketchup Series MVP and the likely first multi-time winner of the Ketchup this season is Trevor Story.
Is that true?
He's already got 1. Everybody else only has 1.
I thought did Bregman not have 2?
He had 1.
That's what I said last time he won. I was like, I thought for certain this was multiple.
I'm looking here and in the Reddit. If Story wins Ketchup, he'll tie Bregman with 2 this season. It would also be his 5th all time.
I'll take a suspension if I have the count wrong. I only have Bregman at 1.
I mean, it's between you and this guy on Reddit.
I do trust that guy over me with that.
Duke it out.
I mean, he has a whole doc dedicated to all this stuff. So,
okay. The McMahon.
I said it earlier in the show. I don't see an argument for anyone else. Packets for Crochet, obviously. I appreciate that. Even when his day is done, he walks off the mound with menace and bad intentions in his eyes. Toro, obviously, packets. Yeah, it's just TS10. I don't know what else there is more to say.
TS10. T-Dog.
Definitely Trevor Story. I think Alex Cora said it after the game. You know, in order for this team to go, we need Trevor Story. And I think you kind of felt that when he homered. Steve, you okay? It's not looking good, Steve? Oh, no.
No, keep going, T.
I'll also highlight, say what you will, that play with Abraham Toro where he had to dive off the bag. That was, a little sliding and spin for Story. Nice defensive play there. And then what he did in the 9th inning, that felt like a huge first out with the Aroldis Chapman on the mound. You could not afford to get walked off on the road once again. Packets overall, Greg Weissert stepping into the Slayton role, 2 for 2 so far, or 3 for 3 actually going back to Milwaukee. Chapman locking down the 9th inning for the save in both games. Rafael Devers with some big hits, not a ton of hits throughout the series, but when he did, they meant a lot. And Ceddanne Rafael, a 5-game hitting streak. Let me throw a packet his way as well.
I fucked up.
Did you?
Yeah, Breggy's got 2.
Oh, and Mike Brenly, packet to him for the Toro replay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Shout out Brenly.
Shout out Brenly.
Another packet, by the way. Fuck.
Cake, what do you got, you fucking idiot?
Jake would hate to take potential unanimous catch-up away from TS10. but Jake's not here. You got Cake, and Cake's just a really bad guy. And that performance in Game 2 by Schwellenbach, that kept me alive. So I got to go Schwellenbach.
Oh,
Jeez.
I just hate this guy more every episode.
I want Cake to die.
You love him, apparently.
No, I'm out on Cake. That was too much.
I fuck with him heavy. I vibe.
I thought we were
Cake.
connecting. Well, I thought me and Cake had a connection, and we clearly don't.
Me
It's
and
just
Cake
Jake
go
didn't
way
win that.
back.
Talking about a different Cake.
Wow. That was kind of fucked up. All right. So the rest of the panel we go. Hogdale.
Hey.
Holy shit, we are finally back. We're here. We're drizzling catch up. What's up, boys? Good to see you.
Good to see
The
you
Red Sox beat the Braves. They take 2 out of 3 in what is a very weird, very bizarre series where the heroes were honestly some of the people who have been accused most of being domestic terrorists, double agenting as Red Sox players on this team. First of all, obviously, a couple of packets. My first packet is to a guy who I thought was a quadruple A bozo in Abraham Toro, he's been swinging the bat very well recently, man. Fantastic in this series. I was really enjoying what he's been able to do. I'll just fully admit, I really did think this guy was a scrub. I'm completely wrong. I think he's a useful baseball player. He's at least a worthwhile placeholder at first base, which is more than I ever thought of him. My other big packets go to Garrett Crochet, and dude, he made it really hard. He made choosing catch up so hard. He was unbelievable today. You push him past 100 pitches like you can only do with a true ace. He strikes out 12. The swing and miss stuff is all the way back to where it was last year, it seems like. He was unbelievable. But I gotta give credit to Trevor Story. This guy I thought was capital W washed. I thought this guy sucked. It's over. He stinks. And it seems like he's really started to figure it back out. 2 home runs in the series. He was swinging the bat very well, made a great, clean defensive play today. They need Story to be good if they want this season to not be dead, now. They need to figure it out now. They need Story to be good right now. So, with that being said, boys, my course catch-up series MVP goes to Trevor fucking Story, boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Heyo.
I like that.
Oh,
To the rest of the panel we go. Jemai, Ketchup, put that on Trevor's Story. Garrett Crochet, a close second, he says. So a packet goes out to Garrett Crochet from Jemai. Then we go to Obi Talking Socks. Says, I'll take T Story. TC, host of 310 to Left, Tyler Milliken's favorite Red Sox podcast. He says, story time, finally. And then we got a 3B. We got Will, and we got Lou.
Yeah, this isn't copyrighted.
underground.
Public domain ludicrous, they call him.
It's just literally, this is not a remix
to
at all.
motherfucking Atlanta, where today the Red Sox get a pimp-ass start from Garrett Crochet. They win this game 3-1. They take 2 of 3 from the Braves. They needed it so badly.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
Wow.
It goes to sleep.
oh, all good.
The Braves. They needed it so badly. I'm with Lou Merlone and Will Middlebrooks. And fucking A, Lou, that was the real pig, wasn't it?
Oink, oink, bitches. That's the scary thing is like the last couple outings, you're starting to see it. The swing and miss through the roof. He's getting better. You know, he was freaking nasty today.
Yeah, look, he's a dog. My favorite part of the game, 7th inning, he comes out 99 pitches, strikes out Michael Harris on a nasty sweeper and looks in the dugout at Alex Cora, looks him in the windows of his soul and shakes his head. You ain't taking me out, Baba.
We're going to talk a lot about him. I think this is probably a pretty easy catch-up because the shortstop breaks out in an enormous way. And my God, did they need that. This is not a perfect weekend. They lose Slayton. There's stuff going on. But Lou, they needed this big time. And how about the pig? I mean, this was as good as he can be.
Yeah, he was unlucky. A couple of bleeding hits, and there was double play that maybe should have been turned, but each and every time he just punched dudes out, like whenever he needed to. It was like pure filth, stud, ace, whatever you want to call him. He was unbelievable. And like I said, I think he's getting better now.
I loved that mentality. It was Alex Cora, stay the fuck in that dugout, because that's basically what he said in the 7th inning. Strikes out the first hitter. You're not coming out here. I want the baseball, and he just punches 3 tickets. Will, I just thought the way he finished it was such an embodiment of everything they wanted when they signed him.
Of course. I mean, he's just a bad motherfucker. There's no way around it at this point, right? 112 pitches. He strikes out the side in the 7th. By the way, that's also getting through Acuna. And for that last strikeout, and look, this is the ace. This is the guy you signed. This is who you hope to get. Unfortunately, he's had to be the stopper way too much in this season so far with this Red Sox team. But he's exactly what you wanted. And it's exactly what you got.
We're going to get into catch-up here in a minute. But Lou, Craig Breslow comes to town to address all the noise around this team. Anthony is not here. By the way, radio hosts in Boston can fuck right off. Like, I didn't say he was coming up. I said I thought it would be a good time for him to come up, and I still stand by that. He's not here. He might not be here this week. I think that he could really lift this team. So he doesn't come up. There's all kinds of noise around this club, Lou. Sometimes a series win like this comes at the perfect time.
Yeah, it does. Listen, you're going to enjoy every win, right? It's been a tough year, but you got to try to get back to 500. I was actually told after this game that I don't think Anthony's coming up during the homestand. I don't know when he's coming up. Maybe in a week, 2 weeks. I don't know, but I'm going to enjoy each and every win. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, the Angels aren't a great team, right? They're kind of similar record-wise as we are right now. How about run through those guys, bring up Roman in the fucking Bronx, and just a big fuck you to the Yankees, right?
I'd be totally good with that. Catch-up is easy here. I mean, there's no drama. We're not breaking any ties. There's nothing. The shortstop was fucking awesome, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was fantastic to see. I mean, Crochet, you want to throw some packets, Toro, I'm with you. But hey, I even said in that double, it's like bye-bye to May, hello June. And it's crazy. Sometimes you just sort of flip the month, and you're like, I can start over again. He drove 3 balls, a homer early, 2-run shot. Yesterday, Harris robbed him. Today, he couldn't get to it. You need this guy to start swinging. He's going to be out there at shortstop. You need a right-handed bat. And today, he delivered. Hopefully, he just has a good month. You don't got to hit 380. No. Just have a good month and be productive.
You're close with Trevor, Will, and you had a conversation with him. He just says, I'm overthinking. I'm just going to be me, be athletic. What do you think the ceiling could be in the next few weeks?
Well, here's the thing. When you're in the big leagues and you struggle, that's when all the voices come at you all at once with all the information, all the mechanical changes. Here's this when you were good. Here's this and that, and you should change. And Trevor finally said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to be athletic. I'm one of the most athletic people on this earth. I'm gonna prepare, but I'm not going to look at all these fucking numbers and beat myself to pieces when I'm in there in the cage. I'm just going to be the athlete that I am, and it showed with all the big hits he had in this series. And I love the diving play, that first out in the 9th to get Albies. That was big too.
Fun to drizzle again, isn't it?
It's drizzle time. This is beautiful. Can we do this more often?
We thought we would have it all season.
Oh, it's just it feels like it's been a fucking year since we've done it.
Well, it is oink motherfucking oink. However, it is obvious the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is Trevor motherfucking Story.
Trevor Story.
Miracle.
Second Clark's Ketchup Series MVP of the 2025 season, tying Alex Bregman with number 2 on the year, Steve.
No, I messed it up. I'm not going to have an excuse.
Bregman
I messed it up.
2 on the season, yeah?
Yep. 2-2.
Count as 2-2?
Mm-hmm. We got a 2-2 count here. Story Breggy.
2-2. Count as 2-2.
The second you said the Reddit guy, I'm like, I'm fucked. There's no doubt. He absolutely has it right. He has a whole graph. Yeah. He's got a chart for all our stuff. Shout out to him, by the way.
I don't even think it was that guy. I think it was just someone I don't even know.
Oh, shout out to both of them.
Yeah. Shout out to all of them. Shout them out.
Getting it done for all of you.
Yeah.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming! Stop and shop. Look ahead.
Bang.
Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, blue, look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, blue, look ahead.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
Nothing. Nothing's better than Stop and Shop getting it done for all of you. The Stop and Shop Look Ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now, and you can get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines, only at Stop and Shop. This is a 3-game set against the Los Angeles Angels. By the way, a little nugget in there from Loomer, yeah? He said he doesn't even expect Roman Anthony to be called up during this next homestand.
No. Unfortunately.
That's a little interesting tidbit. Anyways, 3 against the Angels. They are 26-31, by the way. Dick Fitz against Tyler Anderson. Brian Bayo versus Yusei Kikuchi. And Lucas Giolito versus Jose Soriano.
All perfectly pronounced.
Game 1. Dick Fitz, 0-2 with a 2.7 ERA and a 1.10 whip and a 6.7 strikeouts per 9. It sounds like they're slowly working him back in. Only threw 3 innings, 44 pitches in his return from injury. He allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, hit a guy, 2 Ks against the Brewers. Velocity looked pretty good in his return, averaged 95.9 on the heater. That's his highest of the season, his first time averaging over 95 since his first start of the season. The Red Sox are 0-4 when he starts, thanks to scoring a total of 7 runs when he's been on the mound. Tyler Anderson, 2-2, a 3.39 ERA, a 1.21 whip, and a 6.8 strikeouts per 9. He's a lefty, off to a good start. 3.39 ERA, obviously. It's deceiving. The FIP-T, 5.20. Yeah, that's no bueno. He does tend to operate this way. He had a 3.81 last year and a 4.66 FIP in almost 180 innings. 4-seam, probably the main reason for his bad luck this year. 92nd percentile in run value. He's already given up 5 home runs. Would be nice to add a couple more there. Changeup has a 39% whiff rate. The Angels are 8-3 when he starts. And we're 3-2 despite having a 4.28 ERA. Brian Bayo, 2-1, 3.83 ERA, a 1.63 whip, and a 6.5 strikeouts per 9. None of these guys have strike out anybody. It's fucking crazy. He really needs to get his control in order, as walks have been an issue. 5 walks per 9 is the highest of his career. He had a 4.2 walks per 9 in his rookie year. This being said, he has 3 walks over his last 2 starts, and that's his fewest in a 2-start span all season. Feels like the Red Sox do not trust him to go deep into games. He's failed to complete 5 innings in his last 5 starts, despite allowing 2 earned runs or fewer in 4 of the 5. He's only faced batters a 3rd time on 36 occasions this season, is allowing a 1036 OPS. So that would explain the lack of trust. Sweeper's been good this year, holding hitters to a 200 average. Red Sox are 5-3 when he starts, but are just 1-4 over his past 4. Yusei Kikuchi, 1-5, a 3.06 ERA, 1.52 whip, and an 8.1 strikeouts per 9. The Kikuchi Bayo matchup is going to be a battle of who can load the bases the most and get out of it. This game might set a record for number of base runners that end up 3-2. Kikuchi leads Major League Baseball with 35 walks this year. In his 3 games, in his last 3 games, he has 16 1/3 innings and a 1.10 ERA, 13 walks. Just like the definition of a ton of traffic, no damage somehow. He has 6 games. Huh?
He nibbles. He's a nibbler.
Yeah. Hey.
6 games with 4+ walks this year. The Angels are 3-3 when he walks 4 or more, and are 2-4 when he walks 3 or less. So they actually need him to walk, guys.
What's up with Kikuchi? He's not walking nobody today.
Yeah. Put him on. Come on.
Put the 4s up.
Come on. Lucas Giolito. Lucas Giolito is going in the finale here. 1-1, a 4.78 ERA, a 1.44 WHIP, and a 7.3 strikeouts per nine. For the first time all season, Giolito has put together back-to-back good starts. 11 2/3, 11 hits, 1 earned, 4 walks, 9 Ks, has not given up a home run. It's an 0.77 ERA. It's a 2.57 FIP. Like Bayo, he was pulled at 4 2/3 innings in his last start. Changeup has been very effective in his last 2 games. Hitters are 1 for 13 against it with a couple strikeouts. The velocity's been dipping in his last 4 starts, though. 95, 93.9, 93.4, and 92.2 in his last start. The Red Sox are 3-3 when he pitches and 3-1 in the past 4. They are oddly 1-2 when he pitches more than 6 innings and 2-1 when he goes 5 or fewer. Jose Soriano is 4-5 with a 3.41 ERA, a 1.51 WHIP, and a 6.4 strikeouts per nine. This is like the worst fucking strikeout pitchers I've ever seen. Soriano has quietly been very effective in his last 3 years in the big leagues. Career 3.46 ERA and a 3.82 FIP. He's allowing a career high 9.2 hits per nine this year to go along with a high of 4.5 walks per nine. Guy fucking loves ground balls. 99th percentile in ground ball rate. 14 plus ground balls in 3 straight games. Only once allowed more fly balls and ground balls, and only once double-digit fly balls. So that's why he has only allowed 3 home runs all year and none since April 22nd. He was nasty in May, 2.34 ERA over 6 starts. Completed 6 innings, at least 6 innings and 4 starts, and never allowed more than 3 earned runs in an outing. The sinker, you can get to the sinker, 3.13 average, but only a 3.82 slug. So he's given up a bunch of singles on that thing. Knuckle curve and splitter are nasty. Would love to trade for this guy, by the way. I know that you're not demonstratively better than the Angels or anything, but Jose Soriano is the exact kind of guy the Red Sox should be like, hey, you don't like him, Coley? What's the deal?
I like him. You hate him because we have him, and his name's Brian Bayo. The same picture.
He's kind of not wrong. It is actually a pretty good way to describe it. Doesn't
the
miss the
same
amount of
guy.
bats he should. Throws 97. A lot of ground balls.
Yeah.
Prediction time. I don't hate Bayo, by the way. You hate Bayo.
No. I hate him.
It's you that hates him.
No, you're right.
Prediction time, Coley.
Like I rationally want to say 2 out of 3, but I understand like I can't drop how I feel this team should be, which is to take all 3. I just know they won't, which pushes me to go 1 out of 3. So I'm in quite a pickle. I'm gonna go 2 out of 3, but like I don't anticipate being correct.
Wait, you just said 1 out of 3. So you're 2 out of 3?
I said because
right,
it should be a sweep, they do the opposite, which they're not getting swept by the Angels. Famous last words, but like that, me knowing they should sweep makes me think they're gonna go 1 out of 3. But I'm going to pick 2 out of 3.
Steven?
Yeah, very excited for the Can Brian Bayo go 5 innings for the first time in a month challenge on Tuesday. A 2.20 ERA in night games this year, so maybe that will help him. The opposite of that is Lucas Giolito, who has a 1.35 ERA in day games as opposed to a 5.68 in night games. So I'm glad that Giolito gets the daytime finale. The Angels have lost 7 of the last 8 after winning 8 in a row, so a weird stretch for them. Mike Trout is back. I found this interesting, Jerry. This is a little Stevie stats here. In 34 career games at Fenway, only 1 home run for Mike Trout. Little, context here for other AL East
You
parks.
don't remember that? That was like a
I remember. I do remember that.
Like, this is the only ballpark that Mike Trout hasn't homered
I thought it was
like,
interesting then. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, you're saying it's only 1 home run, but like for the longest time, Fenway was the only ballpark that he didn't hit a home run in. And every time he would come up, they'd be like, he's still waiting to check off Fenway Park off the list. He's going to hit a home run at Fenway eventually. And then he finally did. And it was just like, oh, all right, we've seen it.
I wonder who kept repeating the same stat on the broadcast. 14 homers at Camden Yards, 11 homers at Rogers Center, 11 homers at Tropicana, and 7 at Yankee Stadium, but only 1 at Fenway Park. which has a roof. They won't need it. That's a little foreshadowing for this series. Give me Sox winning 2 out of 3 and having some momentum heading into Yankee Stadium.
I'm going to get out ahead of it before Cake. The Red Sox are getting swept in this series.
Wow.
So much for our combo before, where we're like all having them sweep this series.
We're
I guess
all
that's
taking
not
sweep, right?
Yeah, we all got this, huh? No,
I mean, you guys said no. You guys didn't want to do it. So,
well, if it felt natural, then it would have been fine. But if you force it, it's a little different. Granted, we don't know what T has to say yet. We know what Cake's going to say.
We don't know what Cake's going to say.
Yeah, true.
He's gone 1 out of 3 before.
Right. That's what started this.
Yeah, it's true. Let's hear from Cake. Go ahead, Cake. Fucking idiot.
I got to get back to the pyramids, guys. I'm going Red Sox in a sweep.
Wow.
It might
happen. I mean, Cake wants the lead. Like, we also just assumed he wanted to be here. Like, if he has shit to do in the pyramids, then he probably wants a sweep so he can go back to Egypt.
It's also a good reason why Cake is such a dick is because he's so pissed that he's still here. We're not factoring that in. Like, we just think he's mean because he's mean. I think he wants out.
We don't talk to him.
Nah, you guys are the worst. Podcast sucks.
Yeah. He's being forced into this. He doesn't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
An unbelievably bizarre punishment to be like, you got to go produce this Red Sox podcast. What is it, like an hour? Buddy, you wish.
Nope.
You wish, dude.
There's one guy on there that wants it to be, and then they never do it.
Yeah. Like, they might not even get to baseball until hour 2.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, Cake was snoozing for like 2,000 years, and then he had to wake up and produce a podcast about baseball. T?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2 out of 3 Sox here. I think you have a good matchup with Anderson, Kikuchi, Soriano, guys that don't miss bats for a team that struck out 10 plus times in every single game against the Braves. And that's kind of been the barometer for them in the offense a lot of this year. So you can avoid the strikeouts. That's a nice place to start. Lefties on the mound. That means Rob Refsnyder is going to be out there. I feel better when Rob Refsnyder's out there because that's a guy in the middle of the lineup, at least against lefties, you can depend on. Their bullpen's absolute ass, 29th in all of baseball right now. Should be a group you absolutely go nuts against late in games, which this team never seems to do, but I'm hopeful. First game's going to be a little wonky because it's Fitz essentially with Dobbins following him. I was careful there.
I know, that was in the ballpark. It's not wrong, but it's I think it's like siblings with the other one.
Yeah.
A Giolito revenge game against the Angels. I'm going to take...
Revenge for what?
He went there and his like career started going off the track. So now let's figure it out. Let's get it back. I'm gonna take the 2 wins
long,
against the lefties.
illustrious history of Lucas Giolito versus
6
the
starts.
Angels.
The
6
Angels,
starts in the DFA'd.
The Angels had their backs up against the wall with Shohei Ohtani, and they were like, "Get me Giolito,
please." I'll take a win in the 2 lefty games. I think they dropped the Soriano game.
Yeah, we should trade
Giolito's
for
due
that
for
guy.
a bad start.
Okay.
When I look ahead and you wind up dead, if you don't listen to what Steve says, even then you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's got me bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
You do chew them with your mouth. The Red Sox are hosting the Angels for 3 at Fenway Park to start this week. Game 1 is Monday. It's Lou Gehrig Day. Jared, in 2021, MLB established Lou Gehrig Day as a league-wide day on the baseball calendar. Every June 2nd, MLB recognizes Lou Gehrig's courage and character while uplifting patients, families, and their caregivers in the fight against ALS. That's why they had the patches there on the jerseys. 7:10 p.m. first pitch, 68 degrees.
Whoa!
For Game 1, mostly sunny, 1% chance of rain, 10-mile-an-hour winds are blowing in from center field. Game 2, Bayo Day, Tuesday, 7:10. Thank God it's Bayo night. 7:10 p.m. first pitch, 71 degrees, sunny, 0% chance of rain. A beautiful night at the ball yard on Tuesday. 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from the monster. Series finale, Game 3, Wednesday, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 84 degrees, mostly sunny, 0% chance of rain, 9-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from
That's
center.
gonna be way too hot.
Beautiful weather series as the Red Sox take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California at Fenway Park. I'm just thankful because we had pretty crappy weather for a while, so you got to be thankful when you get this. That is your weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Wow. Thanks, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
That Wednesday game is going to suck. It's going to be so hot.
It's going to be a little hot. You're acting like you're going to be there or something?
No.
You're just saying for
Guy Soriano in the flesh.
Right.
Trying to figure out, do we get the views this week? I don't think so. I don't think we have any views this week. And then I think the week after, I got the views on Monday. I'm doing Hogdale's stream Tuesday. And then Baseball Hour Wednesday. And then the views that Friday.
Double
the 13th,
views?
2 views 1 week and Hogdale.
Wow.
And then
yeah,
Fallon's
that Yankee
birthday.
game Friday. Not the party though.
Yeah.
No.
14.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah. I said, and then.
Oh, I thought you said that is.
No.
Yeah.
Friday Night Rager for my 3-year-old.
I think we should I probably not. But maybe. Should I ask if we can get the 10 for that Yankee game or no? I don't know if you guys want to.
What day is that?
It's the Friday. It's the night before the party, so probably not for you. But you can if you want. Well, I'm inviting you without permission. I don't know that. I can ask Nesson if the 10 boys can do the Yankee game.
I'll have to let the Baseball Hour people know if that is the case.
The 13th?
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
We'll figure it out. We'll handle it offline. Steven, final thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of a sad one. I saw Coley retweet this, but RIP to John Brankus. He was the host of Sports Science, and I think I've referenced that show on here before just because I love how outlandish the comparisons were. It was always like the force of that tackle was equivalent to a rhino, and he'd do all these animal comparisons. And I just respect anybody that tries something different in this industry. It was unlike anything I had really seen before, and I thought he was the perfect host for it. So really sad to see that he passed away. So thoughts and prayers with the family. But yeah, that's all I had.
Coley
passed away to depression too. So you never know who's going through what. I hate that it happened. I like the way his family phrased it. Too often it's vilified. They're absolutely treating it like the disease it rightfully is.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I went before T because I know he would have fucking said something before I got to speak. Blaze Jordan, you are one high feet away, my friend.
He owes
from
you a
the
lot
show.
of money.
You get that call up to AAA, you are on the precipice. Just keep raking. I'm hoping it wasn't just a hot month. I'm hoping, like Jack Caglianone, Blaze Jordan's also only 22 years old. If he had just gone to college like Caglianone, he would have been drafted in the first round last year out of Mississippi State. So there's no reason, just because you've been in the system so long, for you to be out on Blaze Jordan, who I imagine, especially with Eaton up here, T will be playing both corners in Portland in Worcester. Both corners are still kind of open up here. So it would make a lot of sense to just see what the bat's doing against AAA and then hopefully pull him out. Like, we could be 2 months away from Blaze Jordan in Boston, and nothing would make me happier.
That would be incredible. That's not even on my radar. I mean, I would love it.
He's in AAA now. He's that close.
I
plays
thought
a
he's
good
been
first
so
base,
far
too.
away, but when I saw that, it was the same thing, Cody. It's like, oh, right, AAA, yeah, one step away. That's actually how that would work for our guy.
And he's
More
like
your
a
guy.
right-handed power bat. If it clicks,
Well, Coley drafted him.
Yeah, makes
It's
sense.
more of like a
drafted him.
business relationship.
If he keeps just hitting and producing as he has, yeah, I don't know. Like, he's not on the 40, obviously. He was Rule 5 eligible last year, T. Do I have that right? Yeah.
Oh.
He will get, if he's ranking at AAA, like, they're gonna have to 40 man him in the offseason. Should we be talking?
I thought we were.
I was just waiting for Joe to go. T.
Thank you. Hopefully, Blaze Jordan does what Joe Singson Garcia is doing right now, who just homered for the 4th time in 11 games since getting promoted
On
to
Friday?
AAA. What's today? No, he homered today.
So isn't that 5?
No, he's up to 4. Today was the 4th.
I believe it was 4.
Yeah. 4 in 11 games. He only had 3 in 33 games in Portland, which obviously not a great hitting environment. But you show up to Worcester with that short wall in left field. A guy like Blaze Jordan as well, it should be somewhere where you can rack up homers and kind of go nuts. But this is another guy where, can kind of play every outfield position. I know the talk about him in center field this year has been a little bit down, but could definitely play a plus left or right. Is he going to come up to the Red Sox this year? Probably not, because we need to make room for Roman Anthony. But when you're talking trade talks and all these other things, his stock continues to go through the roof. I think a lot of people project him as kind of your 4th outfielder, Rob Refsnyder type at the big league level. Keeps hitting like this at AAA. There's going to be teams that believe he's more. Keep swinging. And his brother, Johan Franz, down at the FCL has been swinging it really well since coming back from ACL surgery. So a lot of positivity on that front too, because his bat is arguably even better than Joe Stinkson, and he plays behind the plate.
He's already on the 40, though, right?
Yeah, they had to protect him over the offseason.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it is not clearing room for Roman.
No, I mean like in like Boston. Like if you were making room for each outfielder out there, jumping Roman on the depth chart is pretty unrealistic.
He's technically ahead of him.
The way they're acting right now, I wouldn't put anything past them.
He can play any outfield position, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Center field's a little stretching.
People were sucking his dick about center field 6 months ago. So I don't want like a bad year a start to Portland where he's playing once a week because we get snowed out 5 times to be like, oh, he can't play center anymore. I don't want to overstate what he's done this year defensively.
It feels like Willier to me. Like he could go play center field if you needed him to. Could also go win a Gold Glove in a corner if you put him
Sure.
there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So he must be hitting 400 or close to it.
In AAA, yeah, probably.
If he came into today
OPS.
hitting 390. Let's see. He is hitting 391. 391 with an 1113 OPS. That good?
Love it. Probably our
pretty
most
decent.
Major League ready trade piece.
Ah, Coley.
I mean,
I wish it was like beer league softball where you could have 5 outfielders.
Just cycle him in.
Yeah. Just
when Rob Refsnyder's ready to retire, someone has to take that role over.
He's been ready. He's been screaming it.
He tried to retire yesterday. Just an outfield of Jaron Duran, Ceddanne Rafaela, the password, Roman Anthony, and Willier.
Yeah.
Nothing's dropping in there if they're all out there.
They're going to catch the fuck out of everything.
You just got a triangle guy. All right, who's playing
That's
triangle?
what I mean.
with it?
Yeah, Rafael is just way back there.
It would. I don't think it would be Rafaela just because then you're wasting his speed. Like whoever would be the slowest of the guy. I'll be triangle tonight. You guys got to move around. I'll stay back here.
Yeah, you'd have to have Rafaela playing like shallow center.
Yeah, put password out in the triangle.
Yeah, Rafaela is the guy that he moves horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he can't go back.
They're like chess pieces.
Yeah,
he's a left to right guy. Yeah,
yeah. Everyone
Also-
else is in or back. What?
We got our first Justin Gonzalez homer today in affiliated ball. If you haven't
Right.
seen the video, I'd go watch it. It's actually pretty sick. 108 off the bat, 421. He's 18. He's like 2.5 years younger than most players at the level. And he hasn't been tearing it up there. It was expected he was going to struggle. He's young. But man, it's just a swing you do not see from an 18-year-old kid very often. It's like one of those like comically high walls from left to right field that you see in like MLB The Show, like in AA and AAA when they auto create these ballparks. And he just right over right center. It doesn't even look normal.
All right. Cakes takes.
Fucking hate you guys. Hate the show. Really don't like tea. Just want to go home.
I was the one who liked you, Cake.
Yeah, well, I don't like you.
You think I care that you like me?
And nothing drives this guy crazier than like him.
Yeah. All right. People are gonna like the listeners are gonna start to feel bad for Cake. Like they're gonna be like, let this dude go back to Egypt. Like,
I mean, let's never forget he's a dickhead. All right, you can only feel so bad for a guy that just sucks.
Yeah.
BU Cake.
All right. We'll be back on Wednesday night, Thursday morning for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Big sweet. I mean, listen, there's a chance that Wednesday night's pod is a big party. Like, let's not rule that out.
It could be huge. There's a lot in the line for that.
A lot in the line. A lot. So I'm hoping that we can celebrate on Wednesday with you guys. And yeah, maybe we'll have some more announcements for cool stuff coming your guys' way for that next episode. Until then, but no.
Buenas noches, amigos.